What in the world? It is not playing. Why are you not playing, you silly, silly, silly intro? Well, guys, my intro will not play. So, I don't know why that is. What the hell is going on? Anyway, everybody in the chat, I need you to do me a huge favor. And stand up! New York Giants fans, we're about to approach day 2 after that gloomy, let me grab my coffee before I show my face. That gloomy night last night that I still have not fully recovered from. I actually slept till 12:30. I wanted to do a day 1 recap, but I couldn't. I was that depressed last night. But guys, we are going to pop in. We're going to get over this because we're Giant fans. We're New Yorkers and we're tough. So, what is going on, everybody? What's going on, Jose Reyes? What's going on, Rafael DeLuna? What's going on, Delano? Your intro won't play because, because we picked Daniel Jones. Meet the Mets is standing down. Michael Palermo's in the house. Diehard Giants fan. Guillermo's in the house. Luis Garcia, Bob Money. Jonathan's in the house. Joe Lutz in the house. Big Blue in the house. Guillermo, salute to the, good Jets fans should be happy. Joe Moose in the house. Nathaniel. Diehard Giants fan, Caesar Munoz, Bovith is standing up, Steve Pazienza, all the love from the Giants fans. Eddie P, you guys are the best fan base on YouTube. You guys are amazing. Isaiah's in the house. What's up? He calls me white chocolate. What's going on? And not taking calls yet, guys. Not taking calls yet, guys. I'll open up the lines in about 2 minutes. What's going on, Kush? What's going on, Tamel? Where you been, buddy? Love Tamel. Tiger Hawk in the house. CE Sports Talk. Scott Thomas. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Nicholas Conway. Chris, we got to keep going. Exactly. Sergio, what's going on? Agon Mirzo. MH, look at that sexy. Oh, yeah. Should I button up? Let me button up one. Hold on. I'll hear about that whole stream. I didn't even think about that before I went live. Big Blue, what's going on, my man? Luis Garcia, Afghanistan. Rocha. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to everyone. No, Tim, I'm just kidding with you, buddy. Joe Musa, you broke your headphones. No, they're dead. And I don't have the charge. I'm still at my mom's because I slept so late. I was gonna head back home to the apartment, and I slept so late. I don't have the charger for the headphones because they're the gamer headphones. So I had a backup pair in case that happened last night. Favor, what's going on, my man? Diehard Knicks fan, I love you, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. Nikki Sav, what's up? Nathaniel. So Ulick, 2 words: fire Gettleman. Yeah, a lot of Giants fans feel that right now, and I felt that way last night. Still kind of feel that way. I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to give Daniel Jones a chance, but not a good night last night. Dom, what's going on, my man? Love Dom. Dom, I'm drinking coffee, Dom, because I woke up at 12:30 today. I wanted to do a draft recap before last night's draft. I couldn't sleep. I didn't fall asleep till 6:30 a.m. I woke up at 12:30. I said, I'll just do the call-in show. What's going on, Big Blue Wrecking Crew? How you doing? This coffee's pretty good. Nicholas, Jeremy, I appreciate that. This coffee's pretty good. I put some creamer in it. Sometimes some sugar. I just put the creamer today. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Mark says Gettleman is a poop stain. Yeah, I feel that way too right now. I feel that way too. What's going on, Gangrene David? Yeah, Mr. Bad Dog. Mr. Bad Dog surprised he's still alive. If you have not done so, please go over to Mr. Bad Dog. Oh, Eddie P, thank you so much for the super chat. He says 3rd round, picking a wide receiver that delivered pizza. Dayman, thank you so much. Chris, talk me off the edge, buddy. I'm trying to stay optimistic, but I don't know if I can. You know what, Dayman, thank you so much for the super chat. We're going to open up these lines, and we're going to talk all you guys off the edge. Hold on 1 second. I may need to change the camera. You guys let me know if I'm lagging. Let me know if I'm lagging. I don't think I am, but if I start lagging, let me know. I'll change the cameras. And let's open up the line. I didn't even show the number yet, you lunatics. I didn't even show the number yet. There's the number. Here we go. First caller. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Sit down, Giants fans. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good, Bavith. I'm doing good, man. Love hearing from Bavith. An OG. Been here since damn near the beginning. And sit down, Giants fans. Look at this. I didn't even have a chance to throw up my beers last night. I just went right to bed. Josh Vittori, what's going on, my man? Please trade up to get a right tackle. Yeah, I'd be completely for that. I was actually we'll get into that. But what's up, Bavith? What do you want to talk about, buddy?
Man, so first off, you got to stop this morning. I went to the gym this morning. My head guy at the front desk, he's a Jets fan. He was mocking me about the draft last night. You know, it's the all-time low when we get Jets fans mocking us. It's not even funny, bro.
Yeah, it's not. But we've become... Dave Gettleman's become a laughingstock after last night. I mean...
the New York Giants come a lot of time in New York. All right, we're gonna get our ass kicked in whatever week it is. Versus the Jets, we're gonna get fucking zipped out. You fucking suck. You know, excuse my French, but
No, man. I mean, you saw. I never liked the curse on my show, but you saw. I couldn't hold it in last night. That's how shocked I was.
yeah, I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest here, I don't think that it was Le'Veon Bell behind the Daniel Jones thing. There is no one in their right mind that picks Daniel Jones over Josh Allen or Dwayne Haskins. I think it's because the managers or the Manning family that made them do it. There's no way it was Dave or Pat that were behind this. There's no way. There's no way behind this.
Wait, so you think the owners were behind this?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what a lot of Giants fans seem to think, that the owners were the ones who made the pick.
Yeah, I mean, there's four out of all the quarterbacks. You know the one thing that distinguished Daniel Jones out of all of them?
What?
He sucked. That's the only thing that distinguished him. If it was Drew Lock, at least I would understand. But Daniel Jones, like, come on, like, are you serious?
I just want to say thank you to Sperm Cell for the super chat, and I think I'm starting to lag, but I'll keep it going until you guys tell me I'm not. But no, I completely agree with you. I don't think Daniel Jones sucks. I'm going to say that right now. I'm going to try to talk Giants fans a little off the edge. He's not my choice. Everybody knows I like Haskins the most. I like Kyler Murray second most. I think Locke and Jones are close. Locke has a better arm, but there are some things about Daniel Jones I like. I'm going to try to talk you a little bit off the edge. I'm not defending the pick. It's a horrible, egregious, disgusting pick. Okay? He had no right to take him. I didn't even want him at 17. But I'm not going to be one of these guys that tells you Daniel Jones can't be anything. I think he could be. I think he could be a solid quarterback, a good quarterback in the NFL. But it was a very, very poor pick. And that's all there is to it, man. And you know, and the other thing I wanted to get into, as much as I like DeAndre Baker, you know, I actually like DeAndre Baker a lot. I thought it was a mistake to trade up to 30. Because there are so many good, talented players still on the board, and they wasted 2 fifth-round draft picks to go up and get them.
Nah, they'll trade up. They'll trade up. They'll trade this second.
Yeah, because you still had Greedy Williams on the board. You still had Byron Murphy. You still had Jawan Taylor. You still had Cody Ford. So I would have stayed put at 37 and see who fell to me. But I'm not upset about DeAndre Baker. I like DeAndre Baker. But in retrospect, when I thought about it after, I was like, that trade, I wasn't a big fan of making that trading up.
Yeah, I didn't even know we picked DeAndre till this morning because after 17, I was done.
Well, I'm sure a lot of Giants fans were not happy after last night. They probably went to bed. Matter of fact, if I wasn't streaming, there's probably a good chance I would have went to bed after they picked at 17.
Yeah, like, let's imagine if we get Josh Allen and then Dexter, that D-line will be scary. But as Bad Dog said, he's just a third down fatty? Is he going?
Yeah, he's like Snacks Harrison. He stuffs the line.
Yeah, it's good, but like serious, you got Josh Allen right. There was not one thing. That was the one thing I never thought would happen. Josh Allen falling.
Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't. Oh, thank you so much, Josh Latoy, for the super chat. He says Dolphins are going to trade 48 to the Cards for Rose. Is that a fact? That's another thing we got to talk about. That was another option on the table for the Giants. I would have rather given up the 17th for Rosen than the 6th for Daniel Jones.
Yes, that's most definitely.
You know, I would rather give up 6th. I would have rather had Rosen at 6 than Daniel Jones at 6.
That's honest.
You know, like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I still don't get it.
It's definitely something behind the scenes that with the owners. No way anyone picks that kid over. I mean, obviously I'm still gonna have to support him and shit. But come on, like, you serious? Like 59%, and he started 3 years. Like, come on.
Yeah. The only thing I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna dive fully into the stats on him. I'm trying to be positive. You have to factor in that he played in a pro-style offense, and none of those other guys did. And he had a very bad offensive line. It was one of the worst in the country. So I gotta give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt with his statistics. But you're right, his statistics are nothing to look at. I mean, they're not good at all. He doesn't have glaring statistics. I mean, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think he threw like 20. I want to say 21 or 29 touchdowns this year, where a guy like a Haskins threw 50. So. You know, I mean, people are looking at the stats, I'm sure, and they're going crazy.
Yeah, man, so it started as a joke, now we're looking like fools now, so I guess all we could do is hope for the best, and hope it's like a Porzingis type of thing. Like, we all hated him.
Well, that's the only thing we can hope for. I mean, if you're a Giants fan right now, you can't be hoping for him to fail. You got to hope he succeeds, you know, and that's it, man. We got to get behind him and hope it works out. But at the end of the day, Gettleman dug his grave last night, and if Daniel Jones does not perform well, Dave Gettleman's going to be without a job after next year. That's the bottom line, case in point.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw on the Bleacher Report, too. People in the war room got pissed off they picked Daniel Jones.
Of course. How could you not be pissed off? Any logical Giants fan that's not a cheerleader, they're lying if they think that was a good pick because you could have gotten him at 17, even if you thought he was the best quarterback. And then if people want to say maybe the Redskins could have taken him, maybe the Dolphins could have taken him, the Bengals could have taken him, you could have traded up. You could have still had Josh Allen. You could have jumped from 17 to 9 if you were that scared to take Daniel Jones. So it makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever that they took him at 6. You cannot defend the pick. Period. End of story. You can't. Even if Daniel Jones turns out to be Tom Brady, which of course we'll forget about this, it was still a bad pick because you could have had him and Josh Allen.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw Bad Dog stream in the morning. It was on MSG Network that Bob Poppin and all those other guys they had to defend it, and they tried so hard not to break. It was so obvious they did not like that pick. The people in the front office that work for the media do not like that pick. This is what we come to. It's really sad now. It's like there's nothing to do except hope. But yeah, man, I know you got whole deep people ready to yell at you, but have a good one. Hang in there, bro. Hang in there.
I love you, baby. Thank you for calling in, buddy.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
All right, my man. Let's take the next call here. Next call, you're on live. Thank you for calling in. How you doing?
What's going on, Chris?
What's going on? Who's this?
Big Blue of PA, a.k.a.
Oh, yeah. What's up, my man? How you doing?
Yeah. Chris, you know
let
me.
me just get, I don't want to interrupt
but...
you. I just don't want to miss the super chat. Eddie P, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, what's worse is that there's folks, they're talking of keeping him behind Eli for 3 years, which means Eli, that can't happen. And Dom, thank you so much for the super chat. Take my money, Chris, just please keep me sane, bro, please. Thank you for the super chat, Dom. Thank you guys. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No big deal. Chris, I'm besides words. I was in my truck last night driving, working. I went in early, and I figured I just, listen to the draft on Sirius XM, and I was, you can laugh all you want. I was on the verge of tears. I was ready to cry. I was so mad.
I mean, if you watch my video, I had tears in my eyes too.
I saw it. And here's the thing. I had never, and I wanted Haskins really badly, but here's the thing. Once I never in my wildest imagination thought that Josh Allen was going to fall to us. And when he fell to us, I didn't even think it was a possibility. And when that guy fell, we just passed on the best. That guy had, Bad Dogs, that guy had Khalil Mack written all over him.
Yeah, no, I thought the same exact thing. And I just want to say thank you to Josh.
How could you do that? And you know what? I'm thinking to myself, here's what I'm thinking, Chris, as this scenario's playing out. I'm almost right on thinking just like you and Bad Dog. I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? Let's take Allen and let's take that 17 pick and even package it with the 2 to move up to the Denver slot to take Haskins or something like that. And I'm like, and then we could just stop the draft right there and we won. We basically, if we were
well, exactly. That's exactly what we said during the stream. We said if you get Josh Allen and you trade up and get Haskins, or if Daniel Jones was the guy, he was their guy. I can't, that's who they like. But you could have had Allen and Jones, and I would have been like, okay, we got our quarterback, we got our premier pass rusher, we're good to go. We passed up on the premier pass.
Stop the draft right there for me, for the Giants. You can have all the rest of them. If you ask me right now, hey, would you want those 2 players, or you want to keep picking the draft and keep what you have? I'd be like, no, just give me the 2 players, and you can take the rest of the picks, and you can have them. Just take them. Here's the thing, too, and I don't think that Giants fans, even the Dallas and Eagles fans that are laughing at us right now, you know why I'm the most mad about this? It's not only that they took Daniel Jones. It's the fact that now for the next 10 years that we're going to get a big stick put in our ass by Haskins.
Oh, that's the other thing. That's the other thing.
Twice a year, Chris.
You got a motivated, and I see your super chat, Josh. I pulled up the chat. I'm gonna get to it. But you've got a motivated.
He's not gonna make up purpose, Chris, to railroad the Giants every chance he
exactly.
gets. I heard he was laughing at the pick. I heard he was laughing.
Exactly, and you've got they got Sweat too. They got Montez Sweat at 26.
The Redskins killed the draft. Hey, I told you I didn't want Sweat at 6, but at 17, I would have been more. Chris, let me tell you something. The Giants, in reality, could have had Allen, they could have had Sweat, and they could have came back in the third and said, I like DeAndre Baker, but they could have came back then picked Daniel Jones.
Yeah, or they could have went Allen, they could have went Dillard, they could have got their right tackle at 17, who they passed on as well, who's one of the best right tackles in the draft.
Yep.
And they could have traded up and got Daniel Jones or whoever.
Now,
what'd you say?
He's in the division now too, Dillard.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's crazy.
Chris, people don't understand the trickle down effect from this. Giants, people are too much looking at, it's a bad pick, which it is. I'm looking at the trickle down effect from the Redskins. This is gonna. Gettleman's done. I told you this before the draft. I said, and I know you probably were sick of me saying it, but I never trusted this guy. I don't trust the quarterback. I don't trust not the quarterback. I don't trust Pat Shurmur. I never trusted both bad hires. I've been saying for weeks now that the hire should have been Riddick. What's his name? The guy's awesome. They should have hired him. I don't know what they didn't see in him. And, and then the coach, he's a born loser. He's a loser, guys.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm still gonna give Shurmur time. I'm not gonna call him a loser. And I liked the Shurmur hire when they made it. I didn't love it. I liked it. Gettleman, I was behind. You know that if you watch my channel. I was behind Gettleman. I agreed with a lot of the things he did. I liked that he was cleaning up where I thought they needed to be cleaned up. After last night, I can't defend Gettleman.
No.
Last night, I'm off the Gettleman train now. Gettleman has to prove a lot to me before I trust this guy at this point. And he screwed up this whole draft. With one pick, he screwed up this whole draft. And let me just get to a super chat real quick. I've been meaning to get to it. Josh, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, Daniel Jones was at Duke for 4 years. Here's a full list of his teammates who were taken in the NFL draft. Okay, so I don't know if you wrote that after that, but Josh, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. But go ahead, buddy. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I just want to bring this along, and I'll let you go. You got a lot of callers. And Stephen A. I listen to. I'm not a big Stephen A. guy, or whatever. I'm not like he's the greatest. But this morning he said exactly what I've been saying the last week before this pick was even in. That this team, and everyone can say whatever they want about what I'm saying right now, and I'm not one to pull this kind of card. That I told you this yesterday. This team was made formed in 1925. Has never, and I knew it. I had this sick feeling they were going to pass on Haskins, and I don't know if this is the reason or not, but I'm going to say it again. Has never drafted a black quarterback. I don't know what the deal is with these guys. Haskins clicked off all the boxes for them. He threw just as many touchdowns in one season than this clown threw in 3. This guy's inaccurate. He stinks. The only thing that he's good is he can run, and Haskins can't. There was no reason to pick this kid over this Haskins. None. Nothing. He has no trait better than Haskins other than his legs.
You know what? I'm not one who likes to bring up race and stuff.
I don't know either, Chris.
Yeah, but I could let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. I'll just say this, and I hope it's not race. I hope that they legitimately think Daniel Jones is better and he fits their team better. I'll put it this way. People who feel like there are racial implications to this pick, I'm not going to say I necessarily agree with them, but I would understand why they would feel that way.
How could you not?
I'll
Chris,
say that much.
Let that marinate. 1925. Let that marinate, and then come back and think what.
Well,
really think about it.
but I'm going to be fair. You go say 1925, and this is not a defense. This is wrong. But up until probably the 80s, unfortunately, African Americans didn't play quarterback really.
Well, I understand. I get that.
At the NFL level, and then we had Phil Simms for what? We had Phil Simms for what? A long time, up until 93. Then there was an open period where I guess we could have taken one. We got Kerry Collins in 2000. But yeah, there was about a 6-7 year period. And then we took Eli Manning when there was really no African American quarterback to be taken in that draft. So, but in this specific case, I'll say this. I would understand why people feel that way. I'm not going to say I'm calling them racist.
I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah, that's fair to say. But I'm not going to say that.
I'll let you go. A bad day, awful week. It's going to be until this kid proves any different. It's a bad time to be a Giants fan. I'm just going to say that. Worst draft pick I've ever seen since 1984, and I'll just leave it at that. Have a good day, bud.
All right, my man. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it. They did have Geno Smith. They didn't draft him, but they did have Geno Smith. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
This is John Latorno. Stand up.
What's going on, John? How you doing, my man? Thank you for calling in. And by the way, I did see your response to me, Josh Satori, that the point of that super chat was that there were no other teammates. What's going on, John? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? I saw your reaction. You and Bad Dog's reaction last night was priceless. At the same time, I was watching both of you guys. It was priceless, Chris.
Yeah, I knew, and unfortunately I knew that if they took him, it was going to be a good reaction because me and Bad Dog were so against it. We thought it was a horrible, and I was scared to death. I told Bad Dog before we went live. I said, if Josh Allen was there, I didn't think there was any chance we'd take Daniel Jones. But in a specific scenario, I said, Gettleman, he's crazy. Like, this guy's going to do what he wants to do. And if he wants Daniel Jones, he's going to take him. In no way, in shape, or form did I think he would take him if Josh Allen was there, but he still did.
You got to understand, I don't know if this played a big part of it. That's why Carolina got rid of him, because he was doing stuff down there. And then you think he was going to change, becoming the Giants GM? You think that he's going to change his ways just because he's in a new organization? It looks like he's still doing the same thing. I mean, did you think he would change coming to the Giants organization?
Well, I'm going to be fair. Gettleman, a lot of people, and I know, on his way out, he didn't do some of the best things, whatever, but Gettleman, he changed that Panthers team from one of the worst teams in the sport to a Super Bowl team. They made a Super Bowl, they went 15-1. So Gettleman does do some things right, okay? I liked a lot of what he was doing here before last night. I'm not going to say I agree with everything. He made some free agent moves, Jonathan Stewart. He made some moves that really made you scratch your head. Golden Tate, I didn't think was the best of signings, even though I do like him for the offense. But he is 31 years old. But, I mean, last night is indefensible. I mean, I agree with his philosophy that you build from the trenches. That's how you win in this sport, which is what I love about him, which is why I was so excited when we brought him in, how he always talks about the hog mollies and fixing the offensive line. But then he goes out last night and he takes Daniel Jones, and I can't defend him, and I'm off the train. I mean, last night my initial response when he made that pick was that he should be fired. That's how bad of a pick it was. Now, I've since calmed down a little bit, and I said, you know what? I got to be fair. He's the guy that gets paid to make the decisions. He thought Daniel Jones was the guy to pick there. Right. Got to give him a chance. If Daniel Jones plays really well, we'll all look stupid. Right. But, I mean, it was the same thing with the Knicks. When they took Kristaps Porzingis, everybody was going crazy. We gave him a chance, and Porzingis turned out to be a good basketball player. So I got to give Daniel Jones a chance before I say he should be fired. But right now, if you had put a gun to my head, I would say Gettleman will be fired by the end of, not this season, the following season.
But you got to understand this, too. Everybody last year, he was going with Saquon Barkley instead of getting a quarterback last year. So, and it panned out. So maybe he might be strike gold again with Daniel Jones. And as an Eagle fan, I hope not. But, I like to see you Giants fans suffer for a little bit.
Well, I even as much as I like you, John, and you're a great supporter of my channel, the feeling's mutual.
Okay. Hey, one more thing. Tell Bad Dog, Stella!
I know you love when he yells Stella. Anything else, my man, before I let you go?
No, buddy. Have a good one, man.
You got it, my man. Thank you so much for the call, John. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy day 2 of the draft. Oh, thank you so much, Omarville, man. Thank you very much for the super chat, man. Really appreciate that, buddy. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Yo, E.T., man. This is Guillermo, man.
I love Guillermo, man. How you doing? Big Knick fan, Jet fan. I'm sure you were smiling last night when I know you were in the stream when we took Daniel Jones.
No, man. All I got to say for Gettleman is stand down because he is absolute god-awful, man. He is one of the worst GMs. He's looking worse than McCagnon, man. Let me tell you how stupid this pick is, right? Let me just tell you how stupid Gettleman is. First of all, you got to go and check out the interview that he did where I think he was with Pat Shermer, and he couldn't even remember Sutcliffe's first name. Yeah. And he's talking about how great this guy is. He can remember his first name. He's slipping up an interview. You really have to check this guy for being senile. And everybody wants to get on LeVar Ball and all these family guys who try to influence. You guys should have watched out for the Manning family because they have, for some reason, they have influence. And they use it here, right? They know Eli's going. It's like, all right, we're going to put the poison pill and put in the bug in this guy's ear to draft Daniel Jones, a guy who he couldn't complete 60% of his passes, threw for only 2,000-plus yards, and against weaker competition. You had Haskins. And the thing that gets me, I'm actually mad for you guys You guys had Darnold up there. Now we can talk about the Barkley Darnold thing, but you're gonna sit here and tell me that Daniel Jones is better than Darnold?
Well, yeah, I'll say this.
Allen?
I'll say this. If you would have told me last year, you're gonna either be able to get Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones, or Sam Darnold and Josh Allen, I'm taking Sam Darnold and Josh Allen. So in retrospect, had I known that they were going to be taking Daniel Jones because they took Saquon Barkley, now they had an option to take Dwayne Haskins and they didn't do it. I would have told you I would have rather taken Darnold last year. Thank you so much, John Schmidt, for the super chat. He says Dolphins close to a deal with Rosen. Yeah, I heard somebody just said that. 48th pick, I think it was, which is crazy to me.
Wait, someone made a trade for Rosen?
The Dolphins are very close.
You guys could have also had Rosen.
That's the other thing. I even said that. The first caller.
Picks.
And what's up, Smash Talk? Angel Rodriguez. I just want to say hello to some of the people. Smash Talk, Angel Rodriguez, MH, John. Thank you to everybody tuning in. I just can't watch the chat when I'm on the call. Gang Green, how you doing, my man? Yeah, no, we could have had Josh Rosen. I even said I would have rather given up the 6th pick for Rosen than taking Daniel Jones.
You would have been perfectly fine. And I'll say this. I'll be out. This is how dumb he is, right? I still think you guys are going to be in play for Tua, right? Because of Daniel Jones, who I think is below. I don't think he's a good quarterback, right? You could have shored up your offensive line. Josh Allen obviously fits you guys. He fit like a glove, and he was BPA. This is a scary thing. I think that the Giants are still going to have a chance at Tua because if Daniel Jones has to sit back, right? You're probably going to play Eli. He's going to lose a bunch of games. You're probably going to pick Daniel Jones for the last 3 games. He's going to lose a bunch of games. You guys literally are going to be in play for Tua. And if Gettleman does not take Tua, for whatever, say Tua has a slightly less than stellar season this year, you still take Tua because you see the intangibles. He has an arm. The kid can play. Even if he has a bad year this year, it's kind of like the Darnold thing, right? Darnold, I think his freshman year, he was a bang. He looked great. And then when guys kind of left, he looked not as stellar. But the scouts still was like, hey, that's still the guy to pick. If you guys do not pick Tua next year, that you have to fire Gettleman before he even makes the next pick.
Well, they're not going to take Tua. They took Daniel Jones not to be a backup quarterback. They're going to give him a chance.
Yeah, but he just said the guy's going to develop. He might sit down to develop for 2-3 years. And Daniel Jones is not a guy. I think that you guys have weapons, right? Ingram, Barkley, but you guys don't. I don't think you're structured enough where it's like you guys would win, say 7, 8 games and not be in that top 5 range. I'm just saying, look, if you guys lose enough games, someone needs to drug Gettleman, stash him in a room, and lose the rest of your games so you can go after Tua. And because look, if you guys get Tua, the Daniel Jones pick is a race. It's kind of like the whole, even though Jimmy Clausen was a second-round pick, it's like the Jimmy Clausen, Cam Newton thing. Hey, you guys made a mistake last year. You get a transcendent talent like Tua, all's forgiven. We start anew. We clean the slate. So that's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, Guillermo. It's not going to happen, though. It's not. They're going to give Daniel Jones a chance. And I get what you're saying, that you think that the Mannings had influence on this because you thought that you think that Daniel Jones is a project, and the fans will ease off of Eli because there's a guy waiting in the wings that's going to take 2 or 3 years, and they'll get to play Eli for another couple of years. That's your thinking behind it, right?
Yeah. Lord Jesus Christ! When I saw that pick, man, my phone rang. I felt bad. Like I know I talk trash and stuff, but I honestly felt bad because that pick it was so embarrassing. And see him talk, like he's literally going senile. Like, if you hear him talk, he's going senile. So I feel bad for all the scouts. I'm pretty sure you're going to hear it. When he gets fired, you're going to hear people like, yeah, no one wanted the Daniel Jones pick. That was all Gettleman. Blasey. You guys, the Maras, you guys got to clean that up, man. But, salute to you, man. You stood in there like a champ. By the way, your video went viral. I've seen it a few places where they have, like, Giants reactions, and you are definitely in a YouTube video with that happening. So,
oh, really?
Salute to you, but, yeah, you are.
I have no idea. I literally slept at 12:30 because I was so depressed. I haven't even looked. Where is it in a Giants reaction?
I'll put the link in the chat.
All right,
you can see your face along with other Giants fans, but you are definitely the most animated. But you know what? Salute to you, man. Oh, last but not least, the Mets need to hit Royce Hoskins. That little trot he did around, I think it was on Wednesday.
Oh, my God, when he was doing the slow trot around the bases. It took him 35
you
seconds.
Lost 2 out of 3 games.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. You got to Rain, who's a bum. But anyway, this is all about the Giants, man. Salute to you, man. Love your channel, man. I'll be in the chat, man. Peace.
I appreciate that, Gamble. Thank you for the call, my man. All right, let's take the next caller. What's going on? You're on live. Just want to say hello to Charles. Thank you for tuning in. Edgardo, thank you to everybody for being here. Thomas Tatum, Angel Rodriguez, Jeff Billings. How you doing, Jeff? How you doing? What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Hello, yeah, this is Markel. I called a couple days ago.
Yeah, what's up, Markel? How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. I don't get it. I cursed up a storm yesterday. I want him gone. I know what everyone's saying. I want him gone. It's inexcusable. Number one, Dwayne Haskins is going to torch us. I mean, it does not make no sense. And I really wanted him because my uncle is his cousin. My uncle, that's his cousin. So, that, I really wanted Dwayne Haskins. But
so Dwayne Haskins is your cousin? And I just want to say hello to, thank you to Omar, by the way, before you respond.
Dwayne Haskins is my uncle's cousin.
Oh, okay. Thank you to Omar. Nick's passing over Artest all over again. Thank you for the super chat. No, this is much worse than that. Artest was a mid-round. I think the Knicks picked 15 that year when they took Frederick Weiss. This is a much worse pick, in my opinion, because, first off, it's the quarterback, the most important position. And I don't want to say it's worse. Let's give the kid a chance. But it seems as if it's worse right now than that because it was a quarterback and it was the 6th overall pick. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going, buddy.
No, you good. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. You had even if you didn't go quarterback, you had Josh Allen. No, I did not think he was going to be that sick. I literally thought it was no way you could pick no one else besides Dwayne or Josh Allen. I was fine with either or. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I'm going to tell Giants fans right now, everyone better bet for him. This is not going to be good. This is, I'm try to be positive and this and that. I can't with this. I cannot be. The dude he's terrible. He was not, and when you look at that game, I truly think the Mira and Tish have something to do with this. Because when you compare to when they drafted Barkley last year, when Pat Shermer and Dave Gettleman drafted Barkley, they were so happy. Dave Gettleman expressions, he was smiling. They looked like they was on drugs before they took the thing. There was no emotion. I really wonder did the owners? I really wonder did they pressure them to take this pick? They did not look happy at all. I
certainly hope that they. I certainly hope not, man. That they didn't pressure him, but I mean, we saw. And thank you so much, Smash Talk, for that. He says, as a diehard Cowboys fan, I feel sorry for all the Giant fans for Gettleman picking Daniel Jones. He sucks. You all should have drafted Josh Allen. Yeah, we should have. Smash Talk. I tell you right now, Josh Allen, going into this draft, was my favorite player for the Giants specifically because he fit our defense perfectly. And I mocked him. My last mock, I had Allen going to the Giants because I saw what was happening. I saw the rumors and that teams were kind of passing on him, that the Jets and the Raiders were showing interest in Oliver. Turns out that the Raiders were interested in Farrell. But by hearing those rumors, I knew there was a good chance Josh Allen was going to slip. And when it happened, I was still in shock, even though I kind of expected it. And then when he's there, I'm like, going into the draft, I said, good chance that they could take Daniel Jones based on what I'm reading if Josh Allen isn't there. When Josh Allen was there, I got such a sigh of relief. I'm like, there's no way they're taking Daniel Jones. You can't take him over Josh Allen. And then they still did it.
My thing is, the Dolphins are giving up, the 40th, 8th or something. You could have gave up. Listen. You could have. This is crazy. You could have drafted Josh Allen. You could have drafted that dude in what's his name, Lawrence. You could have drafted him. That right there, with the pieces we already had, would have changed everything about our defense right there. I think he's a Khalil Mack type of player. That could have changed our whole defense, and plus. Next year, having $100 million that is keeping this defense could have been scary. You could have drafted, and you could have gave up the 32nd. They took a 48. You could have gave up. We had a much higher. You could have gave up the second round and got Josh. I don't get it.
That's the other thing I kind of worry about next year because they have the $100 million. If they screw up this draft, which hopefully they don't. Hopefully DeAndre Baker's a great difference maker this year. Hopefully they drafted really, really well. Hopefully. But if they have another really bad year, what I fear is they're going to do what they did with Jerry Reese. And they're going to spend all that $100 million. They're going to sign long-term contracts to older players. They're going to have one good year, and then they're going to do the whole freaking thing all over again. And that's what I worry about. And that's really what I worry about. That's my biggest worry right now.
It's just unbelievable, and I actually have a gut feeling. I don't think this is gonna work out. I think this set us back 3-4 years. I don't think.
I'm not gonna say that yet, because I'm trying to be positive. I don't want Giants fans going out and breaking their TVs and being all upset. But I get your mindset, But I'm gonna hope that it works out. I'm gonna hope that Daniel Jones works out. I'm gonna hope that if Daniel Jones works out, all's forgiven. Even though it was a bad pick, we're going to forget about it,
Yeah.
And I go back to, somebody brought it up in the chat. I don't remember who it was. They brought up the Eli trade. I actually was in favor of the Eli trade when they made it because I loved Eli. But I get what he was saying, that they gave up a ton to get Eli Manning. But it was not a bad reaction. Giants fans were excited, but I get what he's saying. Like, after the trade, after Eli played for his first year, Giants fans were like, oh, my God, I can't believe we gave up Sean Merriman and Phillip Rivers to get Eli Manning. So you got to let it play out, and hopefully he turns out good. And if he turns out good, we're not going to care at the end of the day. If we have a good quarterback, we're not going to care. So hopefully we're all wrong. Hopefully my video yesterday, I look like a friggin' retard next year. I hope I look like the dumbest Giant fan who ever lived. And Daniel Jones turns out to be a top 10 quarterback, and we play well because of it. Right now, if you ask me, do I think that will happen? No, but you know what? Things change, and maybe he will work out.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Yeah, but I tune in. Are you streaming tonight too for the?
Yeah, I'm gonna stream the second round. Yeah, I'm gonna stream.
Okay. Hopefully they choose something and trade up and get one of them right tackles because that's still a huge need too. So we got some things to do.
Guillermo, we're on Sports Illustrated.
Y'all on Sports Illustrated?
I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. Yeah, Guillermo just put the link. He said, "Entertainer, you and Bad Dog made it to Sports Illustrated. Check the video near the bottom."
That's crazy.
Wow.
Okay, I know other people wanting to chime in and stuff, so I continue watching your stream.
I appreciate the love, man. I'm gonna let you go because I got a few people calling in. Thank you for the call.
Okay,
man.
See you.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. Let's take the next call. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah. Am I on?
You are on. Who's this?
This is Greg from Virginia, first-time caller.
Greg from Virginia. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for the call.
Good, man. Yeah. So I feel maybe it's an overreaction, but I just want Gettleman's cancer to come back.
No,
so
don't say that.
This organization alone.
Don't say that. Don't say that. That's not. I know you're upset.
I can't take it.
I know you're upset with Gettleman. But don't say
this team is killing me.
Yeah, don't say that. I mean, I get where you're going. That you're very upset with Gettleman, and I think a lot of Giants fans are. I'm not going to say every, but don't say that.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe I don't mean it, but fuck.
Yeah. No, I mean it was tough, man. But we're all upset, man. But
yeah.
Anything else, man?
Keep up the good work.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the call, and hopefully we all look stupid in a year. That's all I'm gonna say. Hopefully we all look stupid in a year. All right, all right, buddy. Thank you for the call. Yeah, I don't know if he was serious or just telling a really bad joke there, but I'd rather the Giants fans just fire Gettleman. The cancer thing is a bit. Yeah, exactly, Donna. Come on, can't say that. As we're waiting for a call, I don't know if my. Oh, there we go. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in. All right, got a little stage fright there. Next call. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
What's up, man? It's Mustard Butt.
Mustard Bus, how you doing, buddy? This is a good guy to talk to because you are a Panther fan who formerly had Dave Gettleman as his general manager.
Yeah, I am much more optimistic than you about our draft, but
what's up, my man? How you doing?
Not much. I kind of wanted to make an attempt to make you and some Giants fans feel a little better, but I don't know how successful I'd be. But remember last year.
I just want to get a super chat real quick. Get an entertainer sign behind you ASAP. Sports Illustrated, Eddie P. Eddie P, good call, my man. I'm working on that. I'm working on the green screen. Oh, the day, man, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, in order for you to be okay with this pick, how good does Jones have to play at a Matt Ryan type level? Well, no, Tom Brady, no. I'm not. Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback who ever lived. For me to be okay with this pick, he's got to be an above-average starting quarterback. You know, a guy that, I don't know, Matt Ryan's a good example. Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford maybe. You know, an above-average starting quarterback. If that happens, I'll be okay with it. But if not, it was a horrible pick.
Matt Ryan and Matt Stafford were both number 1 overall, weren't they?
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
maybe a little bit below them, but definitely at least an average quarterback, minimum. But go ahead, buddy.
Right. No, I was just going to say, I remember last year the Browns took Baker with number 1, knowing most likely they could have had him at 4, but I think the thing is they kind of said, this is the guy we want. We don't want to overthink it. So they took the guy they wanted more than anyone else. And I don't know. I'm sure you hope you're wrong on it. I don't know enough about college ball to really say, but who knows?
Yeah, well, going into last night, I knew Jones was a possibility, and I don't hate Jones. I don't. I just hate him where they took him. But I don't hate Jones.
Right.
I think he could be good. I'm
I
not
don't
saying
think
he will
he'd have gone to 17. I really don't.
I was much higher on Dwayne Haskins. Much higher on Dwayne
Right.
Haskins. But, you know, we'll see. That's all I'm going to say. I hope Gettleman makes us all look stupid. That's all I can say about it.
Right.
You know?
I will say it's painful right now to defend Dave Gettleman. But
I can't defend Dave Gettleman. I can't defend Dave Gettleman. He's indefensible right now. Can't defend him.
I always thought he was a smart GM. I just thought his player relations was what drove him out of Carolina. But yeah, I don't understand this pick at all.
Well, the whole Josh Norman thing they had over there. I know Carolina Panthers fans were upset about that. Steve Smith,
Angelo Williams.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't understand the pick either because they could have got him at 17. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point. You could have got him at 17. Right. So that, you know, that's the thing, man. That's why everybody's up in arms about it.
Yeah, I understand that.
And then the other thing I'll say, I think I brought it up
about where you're at.
I think I brought it up last night. The other thing I'll say, and I'm not saying I still think it would have been a horrible pick, but had the Giants not had the 17th pick and had only the 37, say they never traded Beckham, I would have been like, okay, as bad as this pick is, I understand it because they didn't think they'd be able to get Jones at 37.
You don't want to overthink it.
Yeah, so, okay, they took Jones at 6. Let's move on. They got their quarterback. Let's see what they do. But because they had the 17th pick, because I think Jones would have been there, or because I think they could have at least used that 17th pick, even if they thought he wasn't going to be at 17, to move up and grab him, I am at a loss for words with the pick.
I definitely understand that. I know the pain. I'm a lot more optimistic about our pick than I know you guys are.
Yeah. But anything else, my man?
I guess that's it, man. Take it easy. I appreciate the call in.
I appreciate you calling it, Mustard Bush. Thank you so much for being active on the channel, buddy.
Yeah, man. Later.
All right. As waiting for the next call here. He is like Eli Ethan. I'm sorry, but how could you say Eli Manning? I mean, yeah, right now he's almost 40 years old. But Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls. He was not a trash can quarterback. He's the greatest quarterback in the history of the Giants franchise. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in. Hello? All right. Not gonna mess around with people that are struggling to talk on the phone. Probably a 98.275% chance that was a prank caller. Okay, right now. Okay. You won't have gotten Bell if you would have convinced Barr to... Oh, you're talking about the Jets there? Waiting for callers to call in. We both will be on the couch for the playoffs, Charles says. Jones is trade. Well, right now, I probably agree with you. But we'll see. We got to give him a chance. As waiting for the next caller here. Eli is a playoff quarterback. Eli hasn't been to the... Well, he went to the playoffs 3 years ago, but... Phil Simms is the Giants' GOAT, Patrick says. Well, no, Eli Manning's the Giants' GOAT. Eli Manning's the Giants' GOAT. I mean, it's not even a debate in my opinion. But I love Phil Simms. What's going on, Jack Pollock? Thank you for tuning in. Eli Manning's still the best Giants quarterback to ever play. The 2 ring... Yeah. Waiting for a caller here. I don't know. So many people in here. And that phone's... You know what it is? Everybody's at school, my normal callers. Yeah, go ahead. Call in, Isaiah. Please call in. Somebody call in. I'm sitting here with headphones on my head and nobody's calling in. Sorry, Simms was the best. He would have won the second Super Bowl if he had... I don't know. I think Eli's the best. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Chris, I just called the show earlier. It went to a busy tone. Really? It's going to a busy tone? Maybe it's because too many people are calling in that the calls aren't coming through. All right, here we go. We got a caller calling in. What's going on? You're on live. That might be what it is. Maybe everybody's calling in.
Yeah, it's actually something wrong with your phone lines because I tried to call and it was in a prank call. So what's up,
You would try calling what?
No, I was trying to call, but it says phone is busy, so something is wrong with your phone line.
Yeah, no, my guess is there's too many people calling in at once, so none of the calls are getting through.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, just going back, I was on the chat yesterday, and it was crazy, your reaction. I'm not going to lie. I almost threw my phone and my tablet on the phone, but I was trying to... But at the end of the day, we're Giants fans. We got to live with the decision. But I did read, I don't know if you saw the interview with Gettleman this morning. He actually wanted Baker yesterday. The only reason he chose Barkley was because the only quarterback he liked was actually Mayfield. And then this year, the reason he took him at 6, supposedly, is because the other two teams were looking at Daniel Jones. And that's why nobody picked a quarterback to the 15th spot. Because the only reason the 15th spot was because Snyder actually wanted him, Haskins. But according to some rumors, there's a few teams that wanted Daniel Jones, and that's why he took him so early, because he didn't want to wait and then lose out on that.
I don't know. I just think losing out on Josh Allen's a lot worse than losing out on Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I agree with you. I have a choice.
And like I said
about the other day about that scenario about giving up the 17th pick and getting back this pick and getting Rosen, and that would have been ideal, especially in this situation, because I wouldn't mind as long as you got Josh Allen and Dexter. I would have been like the other caller said. Basically, I could care less about the rest of 10 picks if you had those two guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I just. The thing that makes it indefensible for the people that say he wouldn't have been there at 17, or maybe he wouldn't have been, they could have traded up to 9 and gotten him. They could have still gotten Josh Allen, and because the Bills traded down, so they were obviously willing to trade down. They could have traded up to 9. As much as I would have hated the trade, I would have been a lot happier today with Josh Allen on the roster. So that's why it's indefensible from anybody that wants to say, because the Jaguars weren't taking a quarterback, the Lions weren't taking a quarterback. They could have traded up to 9 with the Bills and gotten Daniel Jones still and had Josh Allen on the roster.
Yeah, that was my theory, because Gettleman is actually good friends with the general manager at Buffalo, so I'm sure he would have said, hey, listen, I'll give you this and this, don't trade with no one else. And I'm sure if they really wanted Daniel Jones, I would have been happy at 9, even though, unfortunately for them, missing on Josh Allen is crazy, because I still can't get over that. I'm still like in shock. All my friends are calling, making fun of me, because I have a whole bunch of Philly fans, and they're just like, "Oh, good. Now I guess they're gonna be looking forward to playing us again."
Bill Matthews. I'm not forcing my opinion. I'm telling my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But Bill Matthews, tell me how I'm wrong. Am I wrong in saying that they could have traded up to 9 to get Daniel Jones? And if you don't like my opinion, don't tune in. But I mean, it's just facts. They could have had Josh Allen and Daniel Jones had they traded up to 9. Period.
Yeah,
End of story. End of story. But go ahead, buddy.
No, I definitely agree with you. That's why this just sucks, man. I'm still in shock. I'm still ticked off. But unfortunately, as Giants fans, we gotta give Gettleman the benefit of the doubt for the time being, because at the end of the day, he's definitely a scout. So he saw something that apparently no one else sees. But hey,
He says I'm wrong. I'd like him to explain. Well, please call in. I would love for you to explain how I'm wrong, because the Bills traded the pick. The Bills were obviously willing to trade out of 9. You're a Giants cheerleader. That's your problem. But go ahead. Keep going, buddy. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Well, listen, I just want to say you did a good job, and trust me, I'm still ticked off myself, but I'm looking forward to 2019. Like you said, we got $100 million next year, so I'm hoping they could get a couple of guys and fill those little holes that we're missing, because we still, at the end of the day, we still haven't even have a edge rusher, and that's my biggest problem. The whole point was get an edge rusher, and we still haven't got one yet. So hopefully they address that need in the second round. But unfortunately, we only have a pick for another 65 spots. But
yeah,
anyway,
well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Now we got to wait and hope they could trade up and get another third-round pick or second, late second maybe, but they got to get a right tackle now. They got to get an edge rusher. Their two biggest needs they didn't fill last night.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
All right, well, take care, buddy.
All right, my man. Thank you so much for the call, my man. Have a good one. And, I don't know why the calls are coming in busy. I guess it's because there's so many people calling in. I can't do anything about it. We got a caller calling in now. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
What?
Hello?
Hello?
I can't hear you. Hello?
Hello?
Too low. I got who's Mark calling in. What's going on? I just want to say hello to a couple people who just popped in. Pat, thank you for tuning in. Gus, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I hear you, Mark. I'm just trying to say hello to a couple people. West Coast, thank you for tuning in. Cushman, thank you for tuning in. But go ahead, Mark.
Listen, I was tuning in yesterday watching you. The irony of this pick that we did. If you ever go back into your chat room yesterday, and I distinctly said this was an Eli Manning pick yesterday. This was part of the Manning's pick for this guy. This guy was not a first-round quarterback whatsoever. Maybe not even second, maybe third.
I think I'm gonna be honest. I think he was a late.
He was not going early.
No. He was a late first, early second round quarterback. He was nowhere near 6. I'll say that. Nowhere near 6.
The Giants could have had one of the best drafts if they went for the Allen kid. Like, it was there for us for taking. For taking.
If the Giants took Josh Allen today, most people, some people might disagree, most people would have thought the Giants had the best draft of any team last night, other than possibly the Redskins, who got Haskins at 15 and, of course, got Montez Sweat. But the Giants would have had one of the top 2 or 3 drafts of any team in football, regardless of what they did with their following pick, had they taken Josh Allen at 6. Instead, most people think they had one of the worst because they took Daniel Jones.
Check this. I would have traded the 17 to go down to get Haskins if I'd have picked Allen first. That's what I would have done.
So, yeah, you would have taken out. Well, Haskins went 15, so you still would have to jump the Redskins.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I would have to do. That's what I have to do. Redskins is happy that they took him. He's not even happy going there.
I just want to say thank you to Cruzon for the super chat. He says Denver, Miami, and Washington wanted Jones, and that may very well be the truth, Cruzon.
Nobody wanted Jones. No one said that. Stop reading into the tea leaves. No one said that. No one. If you look at all the reactions of today and yesterday, there was no team taking that guy that early whatsoever. Stop telling yourselves that. That was a pathetic 6th-round pick of all time. There's not one Giants fan that is happy about this.
Even if that's the truth.
What the hell was that?
Even if that's the truth, Mark. I go back to my point. You
always take the best player available. Always. You always take the best player available.
But even if that's the truth, I go back to my point. They could have jumped all those teams, traded up to 9, and gotten both. The Bills traded out of 9. They could have still gotten the best player in the draft, or one of.
If they did that, I would have been fine with the draft with the Giants did. But this is like equivalent. You traded superstar receiver for this, for someone that y'all believing in his talent. Watching him in college.
Yeah.
Not watching a game with him. He's not one of the guys you say, oh, this one thing that he do good. What does he do good? What is one thing that he did good in college?
Well, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to tell you some of the things I like about him.
He's Eli Manning now.
No, he is athletic. He's actually much more athletic than Dwayne Haskins. He's quick. He can throw. He doesn't have the strongest arm. I don't like the pick. I'm not telling you I like the pick. I'm trying to remain optimistic. I see some of the traits that people like about him. He played in a pro-style offense. The statistics thing, I don't read into the statistics as much as some people may because he played in a pro-style offense. He had a horrible offensive line. Haskins, for example, and I like Haskins more. I'm not trying to say...
He had better offensive players.
Haskins had one of the best offensive lines in the country, and he had some of the best wide receivers. Paris Campbell's one of the best wide receivers. He had much better weapons. He had a much better team. But I still like Haskins a lot more. I'm not saying I don't. But I'm trying to play devil's advocate and point out some of the good things about Daniel Jones. Thank you, Cruzon, for the super chat. He says, "Yo, someone get their grandma off you."
Let me tell you something.
I think Cruzon's calling you a grandma.
Listen, your reaction yesterday was, I just said, I hope I don't feel like this on May 14th. Because
isn't the draft in June? Oh, you're talking about the ping pong
May 14th. I need that to be number 1 pick because we
Right. You're talking about when they picked the lottery.
Yeah. The thing was yesterday how depleted he was. It was the most funniest thing. Like, it was to a point I was saying, yo, just end the stream because you was not feeling it. Like that one pick took away your life, took away your soul.
Oh man, and thank you for the super chat. Eddie P says Daffy Duck on the phone. He's calling you Daffy Duck.
My voice is my voice. I don't really care. It is what it is.
No, but I mean that video. I went from being elated because in my head I'm like, there's no way they're not taking Josh Allen, and that was my favorite player in the draft. I was so pumped up.
Traded a superstar athlete.
Yeah. And then I'm looking, I'm going, oh my God, it's gonna, in my head, I'm like, it's gonna be Josh Allen. I can't believe this. I'm gonna explode. And then I don't have the volume on. Remember that. So they had already made the pick, and I'm looking at the screen, and I think I saw Giants fans like shrug their shoulders and act like surprised before I actually knew who it was. And in my head, I'm like, what the hell? Why are they upset? It's Josh Allen. And then I see the name pop across the TV, and it's Daniel Jones, and I just lost it. I lost it.
Bro, that's like trading Porzingis and end up getting back injured getting Kimber Walker. You traded a talent with more upside, with more sustain in the league for a quarterback. You're hoping. They are hoping this guy is something. But this was a Manning. The Mannings had a lot to do with this pick. He looked like one of those quarterbacks where a team's gonna take time with him. He looks so professional. He looks like a modern day quarterback. That's why they went with him. Don't tell me about he's a leader. Haskins was a leader too.
Listen, man. I wanted Haskins. You don't got to tell me, man. I wanted Allen most, but if they went Haskins, I would have been just as happy.
When you're picking that high, you always you would rather go with the highest, the best talent, and rather him become a bust. You'll be okay with that, but you don't go backwards. This was a backward ass draft pick, and no one was taking him that early. Stop with all that Miami blah 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 blah. No one was taking him.
Josh, thank you so much for the super chat. He says if Haskins had the same numbers as Jones, he's not even considered a pick in this draft.
Bro, listen. Listen, it's like the same thing with Eli playing this year. Another wasted year. Like this was like a whole wasted year. Like it shouldn't. The Giants shouldn't be able to pick. After the 6th pick, 17 should have got taken away. That's how bad this shit was.
So you're saying after they took Daniel Jones, the commissioner should have just went and said, you're not even allowed to make this pick at 17. That's how bad you just made this pick.
Yo, that's like okay, Zion is right there, but you take RJ Barrett. Are you a complete idiot?
I love Mark, man. Mark, you may not always agree with Mark. You may not always agree with me. But what I love...
to agree with me. It's either you can dislike it or agree with it. I really don't care. But it's my opinion. My opinion stands where it stands. Everybody should feel the same way that how Entertainer felt yesterday. Because you don't pick a player that don't have a tremendous upside. There's no upside with this kid. No one talks about an upside with this kid. When you watch him throw the ball, there is no accuracy to his throw.
Yeah, well, we'll see, man. I hope it works out, man, but I'm with you, man. You saw how I felt yesterday. I felt how you're speaking right now, and I'm glad you're able to get your anger out, and I can't wait to do this show when the Knicks pick, and I hope that you and me are on cloud nine. I hope we got Zion Williamson, and we're just, oh my God, this is great. And I hope they don't take someone stupid, and we're acting like this in 2 months.
I felt yesterday the way I felt when they traded KP the way they did. I felt worse. I felt like I felt like a retarded kid, just like passing up on talent to get someone because he looks the part. That's how I felt about this pick. He looks the part. Stephen A. even said it. Like when he said the Mannings had something to do with it. When I start seeing the Mannings at his practices and stuff like that, like I said, because of the Mannings, of how prestigious they are, man, they was not gonna let Eli go out like that and have. I don't want to play that racist card. I don't. But that's how it seems.
Well, I don't like to talk about that, but You're allowed to. No. I understand it. I mean, everybody has their own feelings, and this is a place for you to express how you feel, man.
I don't care if Dwayne Haskins played with elite talent. You have to, as long as you go out there and show, he has to throw the ball, entertainer.
Yeah.
But he's throwing the ball. He's making accurate passes. I think 80% of his completions.
I think he had about a 70%. But yeah, Haskins is a great college quarterback. He could have. I think he was second or third for the Heisman Trophy.
The worst part about it, when you seen his reaction last night, he did not want to get picked by the Redskins whatsoever. His reactions was like the same when Zach Levine got drafted from.
Well, we all know that Haskins wanted to be a Giant. I mean, we all know that. I mean, that goes all the way back to Twitter.
15. He should have never fell to 15 because now when you think about it, a guy like that had good offensive talent, right? He had good offensive talent in college. So you would be more positive if you surrounded the kid with good players that he's going to be able to make plays. Why wouldn't you go after a quarterback if he has good talent? He's able to get the ball to good players.
Yeah, I agree with you that Jones was the wrong pick. That's all I can say, man. But Mark,
I know you want to get me off, but that's logic. If you have a quarterback that can play with elite talent, why would you not pull the trigger on it?
Listen, man. I can't defend the pick at this point.
He's durable than this guy.
Yeah, I'm glad that I got to talk to you. I love talking to you. Very animated fan. I love when you call in, and you're a great part of my channel. And thank you for calling, man. I got to take the next call, though, Mark.
No doubt. Holla back.
All right, my man. Have a good one. Let's take the next call. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Hi, Chris.
What's going on? Who's this?
Anthony. This is Anthony.
Anthony Manzano, Anthony Simonelli. Which Anthony?
Manzano.
Manzano, how you doing, my man?
Hey, Chris, I have a question. What's your grade on my Dolphins picking Christian Wilkins? Do you think we should have traded down to get him, or do you think he was one out of all the defensive linemen from Clemson? Do you think he would have been the highest pick?
Well, he wasn't. Clayton Farrell was.
I know, but realistically, do you think he's the best out of all four of them?
No, I think Farrell was.
Farrell?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the grade for the Dolphins on drafting Wilkins?
I'll give him a C. I'll give him a C+, C+.
Oh, so you think we should have traded down to get more picks?
I don't know if we should have traded down. I don't hate the Christian Wilkins pick. I think he's a good player. I think there were better players there.
Yeah, honestly, and I'd rather trade for. I agree with your caller before. I think this was more. I understand you guys were mad. I'm not a Giants fan, but this was. I was reading articles on Bleacher Report saying this was a Manning's pick because they coached him at their camp and stuff like that. And do you think that's just people writing that, or do you think that's actually true?
Wait, say that one. I'm just trying to watch the chat. Say that one more time.
Do you think it's true that they actually drafted the Giants? Actually, Gettleman was afraid to lose the Mannings, the trust of the Mannings. That's why he drafted.
At this point, it's all speculation. There's no way for me to tell. All I could say is, you guys know how I felt about the pick last night. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be a cheerleader. I didn't like the pick. I'm gonna hope that something good comes from it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that Lally Mack is right. I hope that everybody that is pro Cruzon, I hope you're right. I'm not. I hope you guys are right. I hope that the Daniel Jones fans are, that Steven Pazienza seems like he's pro pick. Whoever it was, I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I'm a Giants fan. I want what's best for this team. Last night, I didn't think that was what was best for this team. But I could be wrong. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not going to say I can't be wrong.
And what's your prediction? What pick do you think the Dolphins are going to end up? Do you think it's going to be a second or third round pick to trade for Josh, to get Josh Rosen into Miami?
Second or third? I think it's going to be a second. I think they're going to. I think they'll get. But I mean, a second round pick for Josh Rosen, that's a steal. A mid second round pick. If you guys get him for that, you should be jumping for joy.
No. The reason why I don't want to lose, I understand do you think the Dolphins would be caving in to the what's it called, the Cardinals?
No.
To give them a.
You're getting Rosen for the 48th pick. They're caving into you. This guy was the 10th pick last year, and most people had him going much higher than that. And he had a bad year, but the Cardinals had a horrible offensive line. Rosen has a ton of ability. If you talk to any expert, Rosen, by most people, would have been the best quarterback in this year's draft. And you're getting him for the 48th pick? If you get him for the 48th pick, Dolphins fans should be parading in the streets naked.
So you think we're not the ones getting like screwed over? It's the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, because and on what would have happened? Let's say hypothetically, let's say they don't trade. Do you think if they don't end up trading Josh at all this year, do you think there's going to be a huge problem with the Cardinals? Do you think there's going to be like a blow up with Josh Rosen? Do you think he has that personality where he's going to be like a diva like a Terrell Owens or whatever, causing problems in the locker room, or no?
No, well, maybe. That's what scared me most about Rosen last year when the Giants could have taken him at 2. I didn't think his. I was worried about his attitude in the New York market, but I mean, for 48, you roll that freaking dice. For the 48th pick,
yeah,
you roll it.
I honestly think I agree with you. That would be a steal for the Dolphins because he was a top 10 pick. The Cardinals traded a whole bunch of draft picks. Didn't they trade their pick to the? Who did they trade a second first round pick? Was it next year or this year that they traded their first round pick to the?
I don't remember all the specifics about the trade. I just know they gave up a lot. They gave up a lot to move up and get Rosen.
Yeah, and I don't think he was worth that. Honestly, a future first round pick, he's not worth that. Josh Rosen is an okay quarterback. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I think he's a decent quarterback. I don't think he's worth trading a future first round pick to the to whatever team they traded him to get Josh Rosen. I think if they traded a future second round pick, that would have been good.
Yeah.
But a first round pick is ridiculous because you're trading away your future.
I hear you, man. I'm gonna let you go because I'm waiting for other calls. But thank you for the call, my man.
Oh, what? Are you gonna watch the second round?
Yes. I'll be doing the second round.
Okay, bye.
All right, buddy. And Isaiah, I don't know what's up with the phones. I can't do anything about it. I think a lot of people are calling in. That's why you're getting the busy signal. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Entertainer Talking Sports. What is good, my brother?
Mike Nixon. What's going on, my man? How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Luckily, I didn't get arrested last night. I just.
1 second. I just gotta grab my phone real quick. It's right here. I'll be right back. Hold on.
No problem.
All right. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm in complete shock, and there's something. I kind of agree with Bad Dog. This is 100% a Mara pick. Bad Dog was saying that.
Everybody seems to think that. Everybody seems to think that, and I completely get why people would feel that way. But that's assuming. We can't assume that. We're just assuming that that's the case.
Know.
You know, that could be. It could be a Mara pick, and I agree that there's a good reason to feel that it was a Mara pick, but we don't know that. We don't know that.
But then, like, even when he said that, and then what Bad Dog was saying also earlier, how he valued Daniel Jones as the same value as Josh Allen. That just completely blows my mind away.
Yeah.
It completely blows my mind away. And it's like you said, we could have gone Haskins, or like even better yet, even Denver was trading out of that spot. We could have traded with Denver because you've seen they didn't. as much of the rumors they were rumors that they wanted Haskins. Well, they didn't go Haskins. We could have traded with Denver. We could have traded with Buffalo, because I know Buffalo was looking to get out. We could have traded. There's so many teams that we could have traded up with. If you really thought Daniel Jones was a guy, like you said, then I would have been happy about it. But in a sense, my pissed off would have been erased because we got Josh Allen, which really would have helped our defense out tremendously.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna keep saying what I've been saying because I want to try to remain semi-optimistic about it. Is we have to wait to see how Daniel Jones plays because there's been a lot of players, since that the Giants have drafted that I was very upset about, and sometimes they prove you wrong. So let's hope Daniel Jones proves us wrong. That's all I could say. I didn't love the pick. I still don't love the pick. I do see some of the good traits about Daniel Jones, and that's all I can say. I hope Daniel Jones is the guy. And if you ask me, I would say he probably isn't. And even if he is, you could still argue it was a bad pick because in my heart, I believe we still could have gotten Daniel Jones either at 17 or traded up to get him at 9 and still had Josh Allen, who I think is a disruptive force on defense that would have helped our defense tremendously.
Exactly. I watched him play at least a couple times this year, and I was in love with him.
Right.
And I kind of have a little theory about tonight. Because at this point in time, it looks like we're just completely rebuilding on defense. And my opinion, I don't think there's any part of needing Janoris Jenkins on our defense this year. I think we're completely rebuilding, and I really suggest that the Giants should, instead of just letting him walk next year, releasing him from the contract and not getting anything for him besides saving cap. At least now
let me just get the super chat. Thank you so much, One Giant Rebuttal. Your reaction was priceless. I've been listening since I got out of work. I will try and get through here at some point. OGR, yeah, I can't do anything about that. There's so many people calling in. I can't even take, specifics. But OGR, thank you so much for the super chat. Anybody that has not gone over to One Giant Rebuttal's channel, please go over there. Check his channel out. The guy's a great guy. He knows his Giant stuff. And I hope people aren't upset with me for voicing my opinion. I'm just giving you my opinion, my reaction, what I felt about the pick when I made it. I'm still a Giants fan. I'm still true blue. I still hope Daniel Jones is the greatest quarterback who ever lived. And I hope I am wrong. But go ahead, Mike Nixon.
So, yeah, like I was saying, I don't think there's any reason for Janoris to be in our defense this year. We can save our cap space, still save money in our cap, and still be able to get ourselves back in the second round to grab like a tackle, or even, I mentioned it to Bad Dog, maybe we go and double dip on another corner and we could just develop 3 young corners instead of having one that's making this money while we can save cap, or even if Adderley starts falling a little bit, like I was saying, we could pick him up, and like you said, he could be like you've heard that he could be a hybrid type of player, so if we need him to go play a little bit of corner, we can have them do that a little bit and just to develop. And we want to completely rebuild a defense, do it by that way, get rid of some of that cap. That way we have more cap for next year, plus we get something in return for them instead of just letting them walk and just saving cap.
I hear you, man. Do you know, if you could, and by the way, I saw what you said, Bill Matthews. I don't think you're trying to diss me. We're passionate fans. We're New Yorkers. A lot of people that are not New Yorkers or, tri-state area, I don't know where you're from, but they may think that I'm yelling at them. That's just how we are. We are passionate fans. When we debate sports, we get passionate. Getting a phone call. That might be Dave Gettleman right now telling me he wants to join the Giants fan base. Actually, hold on one second. I actually got to take this. Hold on. Let me take this. I'll be right back, guys. Mike, I'm going to let you go, but I'll be back in 1 minute.
All right.
Hello? Yes. That's tomorrow, right? Yeah, no. I'm coming home. I'm not going. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Let me get back to the phones. Had to take that call. Sorry about that, guys. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? Who's this?
This is Steve. I'm actually the uncle of Daniel Jones. I just wanted to say, man, since he was born, the kid's been a stud. He wiped his own ass since he was 2 years old. This is Pat, man. 1984, baby.
I was like, when you said the wipe the ass thing, I'm like, there's got to be a prank call. But what's going on? Oh, thank you so much, Brady Bozo. He says, hope Daniel Jones is a Tom Brady. Yeah, of course. We all hope he's Tom Brady. But Pat, how you doing? I love you, Pat.
Bad Dog, man. You guys, man. You know I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, but man, that was priceless last night, dude.
Man, I'm glad. I mean, I'm not glad. I'm very upset that they took him, but I'm glad at least our reactions brought some smiles to the faces of hopefully some Giant fans, and even if it didn't bring smiles, that it gave them something to look at and be like, you know what, I could, they felt our passion. Maybe that, brightened up their night a little bit more, even as upset as they may have been.
Yeah, man, all I can say, man, I was in this position last year.
Yeah.
And when we picked Vander Esch, a lot of people were, man, it's hailing here in Charlotte, North Carolina right now, man, bad.
Really?
Yeah, real bad. If you had video, I'd show you. But yeah, the Vander Esch pick, man, so many Cowboy fans were pissed and man, just down in the team, and man, we're gonna suck, and man, what a waste. And I mean, the kid's been a stud, man. But if he has went to Eli or Peyton Manning camps, I know they're in the Carolinas every year for their camps.
Right.
I mean, you never know. They might have an insight on this kid, man. That's why I keep trying to be positive to you guys, man. As much as I hate the
Well, no. I last night was my initial reaction. You're gonna get what I initially feel when they make the pick, because what made it even worse was that Josh Allen was there. Because I just couldn't believe they wouldn't take him. But I'm with you, man. We got to give it time. We got to see what he can do.
But check this out. How many times have these big name players that come out of college? And I'm a huge college guy. I'm a big Florida State guy, so I've seen the kid play. I watch college football. I love it just as much as the NFL. But the thing is, how many times do these big name players actually, pan out and do what they're supposed to do? Not a lot.
The other thing I'll say, the thing I'll say to that though is, a lot of times those players are not put in good situations either. I think a lot of people always put the blame on the quarterback. Like Carr, for example, when he got drafted by the Texans, I always go back to him. He was put in such a bad situation, and hopefully the Giants put this kid in a really good situation, and he succeeds because of it.
Well, I'm with you, but that's why I was also saying in the chat was, okay, I want to see you put your 5-star recruit son on a Duke football team, and then you compare him to say an Alabama or a Clemson.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. We also have to take into account where he played, who his teammates were. You have to take everything into account.
Exactly, man. But hey, I just wanted to come in and try and get you to laugh, man, and break the ice a little bit, man. I love all you guys, man. How
I appreciate you calling in, man. I do.
Oh man,
Jesus Christ!
Hey, go Mets! Go Mets on the other hand, brother.
Yeah, go Mets is right. Hopefully get a couple of wins this series. But thank you so much for the call, my man.
You got it, brother. Take care.
All right. Take this next call. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
What's going on? It's Big Blue.
Big Blue, how you doing, Big Blue?
Oh my God. Last night, honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. I was not expecting that. I thought they were gonna go Josh Allen.
Yeah. No, I think everybody did. That's what we were. I read all the comments on my video, and so many Giants fans said this was my exact reaction, because I'm looking at the screen. I'm going, Josh Allen. It's Josh Allen. It's got to be Josh Allen. It's Josh Allen. Like I was already on NFL.com ready to order my Josh Allen jersey, and then they shock us and they take Daniel Jones, and I think everybody felt that way last night.
I just don't understand. If you're going to take a quarterback, I know you do have to account in every quarterback situation, but I do feel like that you should have got Dwayne Haskins there. I feel like, I don't know, I have a feeling, something deep down is just telling me that I think Daniel Jones is going to pan out to be a good quarterback, because so many times you see like these players that get hated so much because of maybe where they got picked, maybe teams reach on them. You see a lot of these players a lot of the times end up becoming really good players, like a lot of underrated players end up becoming really good.
Right. Well,
and who knows? I mean,
and that could be the case. Well, everybody was saying last night, Porzingis, perfect example. It's a different sport, but perfect example of a player that had a lot of potential that everybody hated, and he worked out well. At the end of the day, one thing I will commend Gettleman for. Well, now a lot of people say Mara made this pick. one thing I'll commend Gettleman for, he's got balls, and he doesn't care what the media thinks. He doesn't care what he's going to do what he thinks is the best decision. Now, I don't think it was the right one, but we'll see. And at the end of the day, Gettleman's job is on the line when he made this pick. He had the balls to put his job on the line. Because if he is wrong, he is going to get fired. He is going to get fired.
Oh, definitely. You can't just sit here and waste a 6th-round pick on a bad player. But I think Daniel is going to have a little bit of an upside. Hopefully, he'll end up to be a good quarterback. But do you think that maybe the Giants are going to trade up to get maybe an offensive tackle? Because I believe Dalton. I know our offensive lineman Dalton Reisner is still up there. And who's the other one that's still up there? I forgot his name.
Dalton Reisner's still there, and Cody Ford. But the thing is, how are they going to trade up? I mean, they got the 95th. I mean, unless they trade future picks, maybe. I guess they could trade future picks.
Yeah.
You know? But they don't have a lot of ammunition. They've got 1 5th, 1 4th, a late 3rd, 3 7ths, and 1 6th.
Yeah, so you'd have to give up a lot to get back in the second round. But I think I like the corner that we got, DeAndre Baker. I think that he's going to be a really good corner.
I love Baker.
Over time.
I love Baker. It was a guy that I was praying. I still didn't like that they traded up, though, because there was so much talent still on the board. And I didn't like – they're
definitely.
5th-round picks at the end of the day. But I like DeAndre Baker a lot. I just think right tackle or pass rush is a bigger need. But I love Baker. He's a gamer. He's not the best athlete in the world. He's not Greedy Williams, but he's a gamer. And everything I read about this kid, he loves going up against top-tier talent. He takes pride in going up against the best talent. I love this kid. I love DeAndre Baker. I think he's going to be a good Giant. I think he's going to be a good Giant.
Yeah, I think they definitely got a really nice pick there. I really thought they were going to get Josh Allen, but I mean, for everybody who's still mad about that, I mean, you can't really do much about it. So you just got to hope that he made the right pick, and you got to hope that maybe they see something in him that nobody else does, because we can't do nothing about it now, so we just have to move on and look for the future. But I think we're going to have a mediocre season, around 7-8 wins. I don't really think we're going to make the playoffs anymore. Because, I mean, if we got Josh Allen, that would have been so good for our defense. It would have helped them out a lot. But do you think maybe if they were to trade back into the second round, like a mid-second round pick, would you go, like if this was you, I know it depends on who's on the board, but what do you think is a bigger priority, linebackers or like maybe a free safety? Because I don't think we have a free safety right now besides Jabril Peppers.
I'm going to answer that 1 second. I just want to get to that Eddie P super chat. Thank you so much, Eddie P. He says, I think that's why Gettleman's saying we'll have him under Eli for 2 to 3 years to give himself job security. Can't fire him if the kid doesn't play. That's a great point. That's a great point, Eddie P. That he may have done that to buy himself job security, because now he could always say, listen, we got a kid waiting in the wings. He's going to be the quarterback in 2020 or 2021. And that's a really good point, Eddie P. I hope that's not the case. I hope he took him because he thinks he's the best player. But as far as the question that you had between linebacker and, you said free safety, right?
Yeah.
I would say linebacker is a bigger priority, specifically the outside linebacker. They need a pass rusher, but middle linebacker as well, because I don't think Ogletree is going to be here after this year.
Definitely.
And I don't believe in B.J. Goodson long term either. So I would say linebacker is a bigger priority.
Yeah, and one more thing. I actually like. All right, so for our pick, right? For our picks, I think that like the other caller was saying, how you were talking with the other callers, saying how you gotta always like kind of put this quarterback in the right situation, so he has like pretty much towards the maximum potential, or not potential, but he has some more upside and maybe will play a little bit better. That's why I think that they're gonna go. That's why I think they're gonna have to address offensive line sooner or later. I think they might do it in the free agency class. But yeah, like I agree. I completely agree with you. They're gonna have to get a good offense for this guy, a good surrounding offense, get a right tackle, maybe a new center, because I don't know if Spencer Pulley and
Jalapio.
What's the other guy's name? Jalapio is gonna be able to get it done. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see is right. I think that it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the rest of this draft. They definitely have to address the outside pass rush and offensive line. That has to be what their focus is for the rest of their picks. Has to be. A guy I do like is Benagu. I don't know if you've seen him. Very high upside pass rusher who had an unbelievable combine. He's a project, but might be a guy, if he's there at 95, that the Giants want to take a stab at.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. The draft, the second part of the draft starts at 8 as well, I think, right?
It's 7 or 8. I don't remember. I think it's 7. Independent Outsider, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, why draft the big guy over... Well, I would have... I personally actually would have went Andre Dillard there, but I would have been fine with Sweat as well. But Lawrence isn't bad. He's a good player. But I would have preferred a outside pass rusher if they were going defense there. I agree with that. But I'm going to let you go. I got people calling in, but thank you so much for the call, buddy.
No problem.
All right, my man. Have a good one. Next call. You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Chris, it's LG3. Lou Gora. Talk me off the ledge, brother.
What's going on, my man? How you doing, buddy?
Did I tell you yesterday I smelled Eli Apple Part 2? Or what?
Oh, God, you did.
Unbelievable. Look, like you said, I don't mind the pick. If that's your guy, that's your guy. But it's so obvious the guy would have been available. He would have been.
That's the problem. That's the problem for me. If they didn't have the 17th pick, I wouldn't have been happy. I wouldn't have flipped out like I did, though, because you had everybody knows that knows football knows their biggest need is an exterior pass rusher. They need that edge rusher. The best edge rusher, arguably, well, most people would say Bosa, but the guy who fits our defense perfectly is Josh Allen at the top of the draft. He fell right in our lap. And we
it was low-hanging fruit. It was like a beautiful apple sitting there waiting to be picked.
And we could have just taken him and still gotten Daniel Jones. And people might say he wouldn't have been there at 17. We could have traded up and gotten him. Agreed.
Like I said, I don't mind the pick. I feel like there's a lot of unfair stuff being said. Like, you can't. I'm sorry. If you're saying Duke's competition is lesser, that's just not accurate. That's not accurate. I mean, he's not playing Tottenville High School.
No, he's playing ACC. You know what I mean? And you also got to factor in that Duke is one of the weaker teams in that conference. So they're going to every week he's playing usually a better football team.
Almost every week.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so you got to take that into account. So that's why you can't go by statistics with college football. You can't do it because everything is circumstantial. The other thing is, I keep saying it, I keep reiterating it. He played in a much more complex offense than any of these quarterbacks at the top of the draft. And that's why you can't go by statistics in college. And I still preferred Haskins. I much preferred Haskins, but I recognize that Daniel Jones has some tools and could be a good quarterback.
For sure. I feel like there's an aspect, too, that we got hoodwinked a little by Snyder because I feel like he was definitely worried about Washington, and I don't know that they really ever had an interest in Jones, you know? So I guess history will tell us, but boy, that felt a lot like Eli Apple. I'll tell you what, brother. I'm going to run. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Thank you for the call, my man. I really appreciate it. Have a good one. It did feel a lot like Eli Apple, but worse because there was such a good player available. When we picked Eli Apple, there wasn't like a slam dunk player. So I felt like they kind of panicked. This might be Bad Dog. Is this Bad Dog?
Chris, listen, I just want to say I'm excited for the draft tonight. You know, I had the worst dream last night. I dreamt that we took Daniel Jones at 6 and Josh Allen was still on the board.
Yeah, I had the same dream, Bad Dog. I had the same exact dream.
Oh, it was horrible, man. I can't wait for tonight. I wonder if Josh Allen will actually fool all of us. Dude,
yeah, I'm hoping Allen's there at 6. I
woke up this morning and I try to make the best of this, man. But there's just no way. You can't sugarcoat this. This is bad. This is bad. You don't have a stadium full of people booing. You don't have fans all over the country, you know, just getting pissed. The analysts, they don't agree with it. It's just, again, like we talked about last night, if you want Daniel Jones, fine, but you have to take Josh Allen and then do what it takes to get Daniel Jones.
That's
you
the thing.
can't leave Josh Allen there. We needed an edge rusher so bad. He's the best on the board. I don't get it.
I go back. I haven't even looked at grades. I'm not even kidding when I say it. I never sleep late. That's how depressed I was. I woke up at 12:30 today, and I was going to do all this work. I was going to do a recap. I said, I'll just do the call-in show because it's already too late. I said, and I was as shocked as you were, man. Well, you know that. We were on the stream together, and I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it because exactly what you just said, that even if they thought Daniel Jones was the guy, and even if they thought he'd be taken before they picked at 17, they could have traded up. They could have traded up to 9, still gotten Josh Allen and Daniel Jones.
Yeah. the thing that it just burns me to think. I don't. Again, I don't know what they see in Daniel Jones. I'm not a talent evaluator. I just go by what I see on film. I don't know what it is. The guy, people are saying he's elusive or he can run. I mean, he ran the same 40 as Eli. I see his tape that he does scramble a little bit. I think he had 17, rushing touchdowns at Duke or whatever. But, man, the thing of it is, it just, I mean, if he's going to sit there for 2 or 3 years, I don't understand how you waste a sixth pick. When you're picking six, that kid should come in and make an immediate impact.
Yeah.
You can't draft the guy in the top 10 and have him sit for 3 years.
No. In my opinion, if you're taking him there, and hopefully this doesn't happen. Hopefully the Giants have this all-world year. Eli Manning plays phenomenal, and we make the playoffs, whatever. But if the Giants are poor this year, Daniel Jones is going to have to see the field. If you pick him 6th overall, he's got to.
Has to. What burns me up is I'm just thinking about how much we could have won this draft, the way players fell. I mean, I go back and look at this, and I'm sitting there going, we could have had Josh Allen at 6. We could have had Andre Dillard at 17 and DeAndre Baker at 30. That's an A-plus draft.
We would have had I'm going to say Bosa. A lot of people probably said the best pass rusher in the draft for our specific defense. We would have had one of the top 3 right tackles in the draft, and we would have had one of the top 3 corners in the draft.
Yep, that would have been a win. That's an A-plus draft.
That's an A++ draft.
And instead, we ended up with a D- draft. And the only thing I'd say is that for me, an F to me is DeAndre Baker. I like that pick. I think we needed him. I thought he was the best corner on the board. I thought he could have went mid-first round, and that pick I actually enjoyed. But I'm telling you, man, I watched this press conference with Dave Gettleman and Pat Shurmur, and I'm telling you, man, I watched it this morning. That's when I came up with this whole I don't think this was their decision. I really don't. Pat Shurmur looked to me so disinterested. He's just looking down at the table, playing, wiping his face around, playing with his eyes. I mean, Dave Gettleman didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Dave Gettleman seemed confused to me. I swear to God, it was like Gettleman was sitting there going, I didn't want this guy. I really don't know anything about him. What am I going to say? So what he said was, I watched this kid play 3 series at the Senior Bowl. I wasn't going to stay for the game, but I did because McSorley was there and Stidham was there, and I wanted to watch him play. And I fell in love with Daniel Jones after 3 series.
I don't know.
And he didn't know anything about Daniel Jones.
I don't know. I just want to say thank you to John Smith for the super chat. He says, Kim Jones just reported Eli has already canceled his weekly Francesa interviews.
Wow. Francesa wasn't happy.
Yeah, Francesa wasn't happy at all. I guess Francesa, I don't even hear Francesa. I guess he ripped them apart.
Well, no, he just said that they're screwing Eli. They said they brought him there. He didn't even say that the pick was bad. He just said they're bringing him in here to get rid of Eli. And what he did say, and I agree, I think Who's Mark might have even said that. I don't know, but why are you bringing Eli Manning back for $23 million a year if you're going to draft a guy to replace him at 6? He should just start. He should just start. But I mean, if this is my problem, Chris. If you need to have a quarterback that you need 3 years of developing, why are you taking him 6? That's what you do with Kyle Lauletta. That's what you do with Kyle Lauletta.
Yeah.
That's a guy you develop for 3 years.
No, exactly. Daniel Jones, the fans aren't going to allow it. If the Giants are bad, Daniel Jones is going to see the field this year. They're not going to sit there and be like, we're not going to allow it. If the Giants are 2-7, I'm not going to want Eli Manning. And I love Eli Manning. But I'm not going to want Eli Manning playing anymore. You used the 6th overall pick to take this guy. He's got to see the field. He's got to see the field.
Yeah. What aggravates me, it doesn't even aggravate me. I don't blame Daniel Jones. I'm not mad at Daniel Jones. I'm not a Daniel Jones fan.
How can we be mad at Daniel Jones? I love Daniel Jones. He's a Giant. He's wearing my team's colors. Daniel Jones, I love you. I hope you're the greatest quarterback who ever lived.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, I hope I look like a complete... Well, I probably look like one anyway. But I hope I'm completely wrong. I hope that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and I hope this kid blows it up. I want the Giants to succeed. I always say I'm not a player guy. I'm a Giants guy. So I don't care who the quarterback is. Just help us win a Super Bowl, and I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But I feel bad for Daniel Jones because I'm telling you right now, all the disappointment for him going 6th. You know how Eli Manning's been so disrespected? He's a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. He's a Hall of Famer, and people boo the hell out of him. Daniel Jones is going to get the same treatment. Daniel Jones is going to come in there. He has one bad game. It's over. The fans are going to kill this kid. They're going to kill him because they're saying we took this kid at 60. He's got to come in and he's got to be.
Yeah,
Drew Brees.
they put a lot.
Brady.
I just want to get to the super chat real quick, and then I'll respond to that. Eddie P, thank you so much. He says, what's worse is that on ESPN they said the game Gettleman saw Jones play was when he was put in the game in the second half against second-string players.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He was a 0-star recruit out of high school, this kid.
No.
0-star. Yeah. 0-star recruit. That's what, God, what was the guy with the analyst's name? Oh, my God. When we were ranting and raving, they were saying he's a 0-star recruit. I think was it McShay? I forgot what it was. Said this kid was a 0-star recruit coming out of Duke, or coming out of high school. 0-star recruit. No lie. No lie.
Oh, I'll say I like some of the things I've seen on tape of him, but I still don't like the pick. But like you said, hopefully we're on Sports Illustrated, by the way. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I actually I did see that. Somebody sent that to me early this morning and let me know, and I said, "Oh, good, we get no credit for it, but somebody else took our work and put it on there. That's awesome."
Yeah, and they don't they don't say who we are, whatever. But it's still cool, I guess, to be on Sports Illustrated. But
I just can't believe it. How does my video even make it on there? That is laden with the old F.
Well, so was mine. So was mine. I said it like 8 times.
I think it starts with you and finishes. No. There's someone after me. There's like kids, and one kid gives himself a wedgie. That's actually pretty hilarious. That's actually pretty funny.
I'll have to take a look at that after this.
I actually laughed at that one. That one made me laugh. And I watched the compilation. I guess I'm not the only one that felt that way. No. That's all I can say. I'm like, well, I was in good company, I guess. At least I didn't give myself a wedgie. I may have screamed my face off, and then I give myself a wedgie for crying out loud.
I can't wait to watch it. It should be funny to watch. How long is the video?
5 minutes, maybe.
Okay, so
it's
it's just short
It's a compilation. You start it, and like I said, I'm near the end, and then there's a couple things in the middle. But I was mad. I don't know what to say, but I'm over it today. It is what it is, man. You know, it's just that was a rough night. It sucked the energy out of our stream.
Yeah,
Sucked
no,
the life
that
out
stream
of me,
was
man.
full of energy. And thank you so much, Josh Latoy, for the super chat. He says, I think we're trading Dalvin and Jackrabbit. Jackrabbit is certainly a guy that we definitely could trade, especially after getting DeAndre Baker. If a team, and somebody will, he has value still, so maybe they get a 4th, 5th round pick for him with his contract. So we'll see.
Wow.
But yeah, no, last night we had so much energy. We were so pumped up. As soon as the Raiders took Calais Farrell.
Oh, we were on fire,
We
bro.
were on fire. We were pumped. We was going to be Mardi Gras. It was going to be a celebration.
Yeah, we were getting Haskins around. One of them was falling to us, and we were gonna be so thrilled at that. And they just sucked the life out of us like a damn vampire. I had nothing. I don't even remember picks 9 through 12. I don't even remember them. I don't remember 9 through 12. I remember Hawkins going to the Lions. I remember the Dolphins getting Wilkins. I don't remember 9 through 12 at all. I think I was having an out-of-body experience. I could not believe that he picked Daniel Jones.
I was trying to remain semi-professional and still follow the draft, but I was with you, man. My head was spinning. I was like, all I kept thinking about was we passed on Josh Allen. I still can't believe we passed on Josh Allen.
Complete and utter disbelief. I really couldn't believe that they passed on Josh Allen. Yeah. That's all I saw. And listen, the other people in that compilation were saying the same thing. They're saying Josh Allen. They were right there with us. They wanted Josh Allen.
99% of the Giants fan base was right there with us. But I'm going to let you go because I got a bunch of people calling in.
No problem. I know you're busy, my man. Thank you for taking my call. And you're the man, brother. You're the freaking man. Love you, brother.
I love you too, Bad Dog. Go over and check out Bad Dog. Thank you for the call, my man.
All right.
Isaiah, do me a favor, Isaiah, and I'll try to get you don't type your number in. Give me the first 3. Give me your area code. What's going on? Because I know you've been asking a long time. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Finally, what's going on, Chris? How you doing, man?
Gangrene David, how you doing, buddy?
Well, first off, you finally recognized my voice, and second of all, I was wondering if you're okay. You and Bad Dog put on quite a show last night.
Yeah, I wish we didn't. I wish it was just a celebration. We broke out the champagne and confetti. I knew that was going to happen on both of our ends because both of us, especially when Josh Allen became available, it made it that much worse. That much worse.
No, I couldn't even believe Josh Allen fell to you guys. I was even a Josh Allen advocate for the Jets at 3, but
I think you guys should have taken Josh Allen at 3, and I love Quentin Williams. I think you guys should have taken Josh Allen.
I love Quinn Williams, too. Quinn Williams, I love the bull rush he has. Like, he's a locker room leader kind of guy. This is definitely one of the guys I was looking at 3. And I thought we made a pretty good pick. And, you know, considering that actually a lot of scouts out him as the best player in the draft as opposed to Josh Allen. Because if you look at Josh Allen, there are a little bit of concerns that I did have about him. Even though I was an advocate of him, I do like his speed. I do like him coming off the edge. But obviously, I think my concern was him getting caught up, especially when it comes to running plays.
Right.
I think him falling to 6 was something I did not see coming at all. I thought he was going to go top 5. I thought he was going top 5.
I actually saw that. I mocked that. I saw him going to the Giants at 6, and I really, and I didn't think they would pass on him. But I was like 70% sure going into the draft that Josh Allen was going to be there when the Giants picked. I thought Josh Allen or Quinn Williams. I thought one of them was going to be there when the Giants picked, and it was going to be whoever you or the Raiders didn't take. I thought either you or the Raiders was not going to take one of those 2 players, from everything I read, because you heard about Ed Oliver, you heard about Dwayne Haskins going to the Raiders,
yeah,
and then when the Raiders took Clayton Farrell, I was expecting Ed Oliver there or Haskins. When they took Farrell, my head just exploded, because then I was saying to myself, oh my God, we're going to have a choice of Haskins or Allen. Either way, I'm going to be ecstatic, and then that happened, you know?
Yeah, like, I was at the draft party last night, and I was streaming with my man Jeff Talk 24/7. And when the Giants drafted Daniel Jones, if you guys go back and tune into my stream live from MetLife Stadium, the boos were real. The boos were real. I don't think I've ever seen so many Giants fans as depressed as they were last night. It was just bad.
Hopefully it turns into smiles. Hopefully it turns into smiles.
But however, I did tell Bad Dog this morning. I actually took a picture with a Giants fan with a paper bag on his head, and it said "Fire Gettleman" on it. I think I might have to send it to you later.
Yeah. I'm not one of those fans. I hope Gettleman was right. I'm not gonna hope that Gettleman was wrong and it was a stupid. I hope he was right. You know, I don't think he was, but I hope he was right.
Well, I mean, listen, I kind of feel you on that, because we were kind of in the same scenario with Adam Gase. Because when we hired Adam Gase, we didn't like it either, but now we're literally proving and we're hoping and praying that we're wrong about this guy too, and especially with the talent now he has and the coaching staff he brought. You know, there's a little more optimism now on this guy than there was when we first hired him. But
you guys got a great player there in Quinn Williams.
Yeah, great player, especially under Greg. Like, we have a lot of Williams on our team. We have Leonard Williams, we have Quentin Williams, and we have Greg Williams as a defensive coordinator. What's next? But no, but I think for our defensive coordinator, you kind of look at it like this. You know, Quentin Williams with the locker room presence and his ability, especially coming from the inside and really just using his bull rush. Like, I think this is going to be a great player that Greg Williams is going to be able to work with, especially since you also got Jamal Adams, you got C.J. Mosley, you got Leonard Williams, Tremaine Johnson's also there, Avery Williamson. I don't know. Our defense is looking pretty legit this year.
Hey, if I was a Jets fan, I'd be optimistic. I think the Jets. I think the Jets could win 9-10 games this year. I don't know if I'm going to predict that, but I think they certainly are capable of winning 9-10 games this year.
Well, I'm saying that there's no way in living hell that our team should win less than 7 games. I think anything less than 7 wins in this case, or even 8, is unacceptable. Especially with the players that we got and the coaches that we got, there's no way. I mean, this team has to show improvement. Otherwise, Mike McCagnon should be fired. But but after that pick, oh my God, Dave Gettleman made Mike McCagnon look like a phenomenal general manager. Like, yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, right now the pick looks really, really, really bad. I'm gonna let it play out though. I'm not gonna judge Gettleman until I see what this kid's got. But we could have Josh Allen, and I hope Giants fans remember that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let you go, buddy, because I got people calling in. But thank you so much for the call.
I know you got a lot of calls, but I will tell you this: I did tell Bad Dog this morning. Listen, in regards to you and Bad Dog, like I said, I told him this morning. You guys really didn't deserve this. As much as we're inter-city rivals, and for me, I think that Daniel Jones pick was the icing on the cake. You guys are phenomenal Giants fans. You guys are phenomenal at what you do. You guys got great insight. You guys great takes, and you guys are great fans. You guys don't deserve this.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, Gangrene David. I want to say to you, keep up the great work on your channel. If anybody has not done so, check out his channel. I'm sure it'll be in the chat. And thank you for the call, my man.
No problem. Keep your head up, guys, all right? And who knows, maybe Daniel Jones will work out for you. You'll see.
You never know. All right, buddy.
Take care.
Have a good one. All right, next caller. What's going on? You're on live. And no, Mike Nixon, I'm not taking second-time callers today. There's way too many first-time callers. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for the call.
It's OGR. What's up, man?
What's going on, One Giant Rebuttal? How you doing, my man?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, bad, but better.
I gotta say, I was bouncing between you, Kid Blue, and Sports Reaction.
Yeah.
I was trying to get everybody in because I want to support everybody's channel, and I don't just want to sit there and just I want to watch. But I mean, I've never seen you and Bad Dog with your wins out of your sail. At one point, I could have swore I saw a tear come to your eye. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't cry, but the tears were in my eye. That was a legitimate reaction because that's how bad I wanted Josh Allen. It wasn't a tear because, as much as I keep saying this, I don't hate Daniel Jones. I don't. He wasn't my guy, but I don't hate him. That was a tear more for that we passed up the opportunity to take who I felt was the best player in this draft for the Giants, for their defense. And that's where the emotion was coming from more so than that we had taken Daniel Jones.
I'm like still like reeling, absolutely reeling. Like, guys, I got out of my car today at work, and everybody's just like, because everybody knows I got a channel at work, and I was just, your reaction was perfect. I said, yeah, speechless.
John, I just want to say, no, John, I'm not trying to play any favorites. I'm taking the calls as they come. Normally at my call-in show, it's pretty busy, but not like this. I can't take favorites. There's way too many people calling in. But go ahead, OGR.
Yeah, so anyways, I was, obviously you saw my reaction last night in my car. I'm assuming you did.
Yeah.
I mean, my camera angle was horrible. But either way, I was just curious, what do we do at 95? Like, I'm like not even excited for the rest of this draft.
At 95, we could go offensive tackle, or it has to be offensive tackle or an edge rusher. It has to be. The edge rusher that I was talking about earlier, I'm not sure where he's being mocked. I haven't looked at it up to date. But a guy that I thought that I had circled at 95, Ben Banagu, I think he played for TCU. Really high upside edge rusher. It's a guy that I would keep my eye on. He had a ridiculous combine. Like, he had the fastest 40 of any edge rusher. He had the longest broad jump, but he's a project. But that late in the draft, I think he's worth a stab. I think if he gets there, I think he's worth a crack.
Hey, yeah. I mean, either pass rusher or I mean, we did get Lorenzo Carter, so I'm last year obviously, but I'm looking forward to what he can do this season. But obviously, you have a lot of callers calling in, so I will not take up any more of your time, man.
I just want to say thank you so much for the call, and keep up the great work on your channel, buddy.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it, man. You don't have to plug me, but you do, and I appreciate it.
You got it, man. Go on over there and check him out. One John Buttle. Thank you for the call. And John, thank you so much. The entertainer, Bad Dog, the best. Stand up. Thank you, John. All right. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling. Is this Bobby Woodruff?
No, this is NFL Nation. What's
NFL
up, John?
Nation. You got the same area code as Bobby Woodruff. What's going on, my man?
What's up, man? All right, so I don't know if you're going to like me very much after this call, but I think the Giants made the right choice picking Daniel Jones.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not going to call you stupid. Tell me why, though.
All right, so, Daniel Jones will be there forever. He's going to be there for the next 20 years. But it's a very low risk, high reward situation drafting him because if he's a bust, he'll be gone in 2 years and they'll draft someone else. But if and the Giants will be back down at the bottom and they'll just get another good quarterback and they'll keep trying. And if he's really good, he'll be around for the next 15 years, maybe 20, maybe longer. But he could be your next starter. But Josh Allen, who knows? He could just walk after 7 years, and he might just be mediocre. And Daniel Jones could be amazing, but he could be really bad. I would not be surprised if Daniel Jones is a bust. I mean, 6 is a little high to take him. Like, I would have taken him at 17, but I think he was a good pick because I don't think he would have been there at 17. I think the Redskins would have taken him.
Well, I mean, yeah, like I said, you're entitled to that, but here's what I'm going to say. At 6, if he's a bust, he's going to be on the books now for 4 years, I think, with a 5th-year option, and you're going to be paying him $6-7 million a year, $5-6-7 million a year. So he's going to be eating into that cap with that rookie contract. So if he's a bust, it's bad. And yeah, Josh Allen could certainly be a bust. but I don't think he's gonna be. Let's put it this way: I think it's a much higher probability that Josh Allen is not a bust than Daniel Jones.
I agree with you, but I feel like we saw in New England, Trey Flowers was drafted. He was drafted up rather high. He left this offseason. He was our best defensive player. That could have been the same thing for the Giants, and I didn't know they were paying him that much. I thought they were paying him like $2 million. That's crazy.
But paying who that much?
Not Josh Allen, Daniel Jones.
Yeah, well, then it's all based on a scale. The sixth overall pick. I don't have the chart in front of me, but the sixth overall pick gets, I think, probably $3.5–4 million his first year, and then it goes up over a 5 year, regardless of position. It's all based on a scale.
Yeah. There were a couple picks in the first round that were worse than that pick. The Tillery pick.
I don't hate the Tillery pick. The pick that I hated was the Texans.
Yeah, that was a bad pick.
Yeah, the Titus Howard.
The one I hated the most was my Patriots. That with Metcalf on the board, they could have had Sony Michel, Metcalf, Drew Lock, and another receiver. They took him too early.
Oh, you took Harry, right? You took Harry?
Yeah, they took I forget it. It's like N'Keal Harry.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick. I like him. N'Keal Harry, he's good.
Well, with Metcalf on the board, they should have taken Metcalf.
I think Harry could be better than Metcalf. I like Harry a lot, actually. I think that's a really good pick by you guys.
Yeah.
You should be. I think you should be happy. He's a tall red zone target, 6'5". A lot of people had him moving up mocks. I like him. I think that was a good pick by you guys.
Until they drafted him, I wasn't very happy. But then I looked into this kid more, and I saw that Brady liked him. And not everyone knows how it goes in New England because not everyone's a Patriots fan, but there's a lot of drama. And if Brady doesn't like you, it doesn't work out. Like Jimmy Garoppolo, he did not like. They hated each other, so he was gone. But Jimmy Garoppolo, what's his name? N'Keal Harry, him and Brady were training together for a while, and they liked each other. But this guy smells of a locker room nuisance. I saw a video of him doing something inappropriate. I'm not going to say it over your talk show, but he was doing something inappropriate, and this guy smells of becoming a locker room nuisance.
All right. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I'm going to let you go, though, because I got a bunch of calls calling in. I just want to say thank you for the call, and I got to get to a super chat real quick.
I appreciate it. Love your channel.
I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, and I'm going to answer this call. But before we talk, I just want to address the super chat. Brody Bozo says, thank you for the super chat, Brody. He says there is more Josh Allens in this draft than Daniel Jones. I disagree. I get your point. You're saying that it was a lot of great defensive players in this draft, and that's fair to say, but Josh Allen was the top. And I feel like you could find a lot of Daniel Joneses, maybe not necessarily in this draft, but there's always Daniel Joneses in every draft. It's not like this guy's an immortal quarterback. But what's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
What's up, brother? It's Ms. Rocky. How are you?
Oh, what's up, my man?
All right. How's everything, man?
Man, I'm just letting you know. I can hear you. You're coming in a little low.
All right. I don't know if you hear me better.
I hear you. I hear you a little better now.
My thing was that, yeah. I tell you, when they drafted this kid, we went over this yesterday. I went into a state of shock. I was just silent for I didn't want to get angry because there was a lot of people around, but I was silent until it settled in. Then I grabbed my cup of tea and threw it across the wall. But you know what? Now today I'm thinking, I'm hearing some more things. I don't know if you see a take from Rex Ryan. He's saying that the Giants stole a great quarterback. I don't know what he
Rex
knows
Ryan
about
said
this
that.
guy.
Well, take what Rex Ryan says from a grain of salt. This is the same guy who had his wife tattoo a Mark Sanchez jersey on her body.
I know. And you know what? I'm going to try to look at it this way. Listen, Josh Allen was there, and they should have taken him. And I still think that they could have also gotten Haskins. But, you know what? I'm going to try to look at it the other way. Let's see what happens. Maybe down the road, this kid is something. I mean, he didn't have much to work with him, to be honest.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing that I think people have to realize and be fair with. He had no supporting cast, and he played in a very, very complex offense. And I think people need to realize that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you know what? let's see what happens. I mean, the Mannings know something about him, and I really believe that the Mannings might have pushed this pick on the Giants. Not pushed it on them, but that they were for it, and maybe this might have not came from Gettleman. This might have came from upstairs. Maybe Mara, maybe the Mannings. You know, they knew about this kid for a couple of years already, and they know something that we don't. And because he played at Duke, you know, a lot of us don't know a lot about him. But let's see what goes on. You know, again, I still think we should have taken on a 6, just like Coughlin ran up to the podium and grabbed him. But and maybe we should have we could have traded up and gotten Haskins somewhere in the early teens ahead of the Redskins. I'm also hearing that the Redskins wanted Jones. I'm hearing a lot of stories coming out.
Yeah, everyone's saying that the Redskins may have wanted Jones, and the Dolphins. Who knows? I mean, stuff comes out after the draft. Who knows what to believe?
Yeah, I don't know what to believe either. I know one thing. What bothers me is not that we drafted Jones. It's that we could have gotten him anyway, and we could have gotten Josh Allen. I don't understand how they walked away from Josh Allen. I couldn't believe he was there at 6. I was going nuts. I just couldn't wait to hear his name called so I could erupt. And that's why
I was the same way, man. I mean, I'm sure you watched my video. I was the same way. I was ready to go. I was like, it's Josh Allen. It's got to be. And, you know, that's what made it so much worse.
They could have Josh Allen or Oliver. I told everybody in the room the Bills are going to draft Oliver. Right after the Giants took Jones, I said, this kid's going, Josh is going next, and Oliver's going 9th to the Bills. And let me tell you, and the Bills have a stud defense.
Bills are good. The Bills are a good team. Bills are a good team.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Who's going to be our pass rusher? That's what I want to know. I know we're not going to the Super Bowl this year. I know that. But who's going to be the pass rusher? How are we going to play football? Are we just going to play with like 3 down defensive tackles?
Well, I guess they think Lorenzo Carter's going to step up. They think that by bringing in Marcus Golden, he'll play well, have a bounce back here in the system. But I don't know. I would have drafted an edge rusher at 17 as well. I do like I do like him, but at 17 I would have went edge rusher.
I like Dexter also, and I love that they moved up to get Baker, and I'm hoping they'll make a move up tonight because look, let me tell you something. Either one of those offensive linemen like Cody Ford or Ferguson is still there. Ferguson is a top 15 talent. I know he's had off the field issues, that's why he dropped. The Giants could steal Ferguson. We need a guy like that. We don't have a pass rusher.
I mean, the thing, do you think Ferguson drops all the... I mean, we could trade up, I suppose, but I don't think he's getting a 96, 95.
No, he's not. That's what I'm saying. We'd have to
trade up.
Package to move up.
We'd have to give up a ton. We'd have to give up pretty much most of our draft because we don't pick anywhere near the early second round, you know?
So we can't do that.
Well, we give up future picks, I suppose. We could say we'll give you a future second.
I mean, you know, let me ask you, you think this guy, the Giants are not going to come back next year to draft another quarterback, right? So this is it. Jones is going to be the guy.
I can't conceivably, how could they do that? They took this guy with the 6th pick. I know people were telling me, Guillermo called in early, he said Tua, but how could they do, they can't do that. They got to give Jones 2-3 years at the least.
And you want to know something else that bothered me? I'm pretty sure you saw it. Did you see how hurt, how devastated Haskins looked when the Giants drafted him? That little smile was a smile of anger. Because when he was drafted by the Redskins, he didn't even crack a smile.
Yeah, he wanted to be a Giant. Everybody knows he wanted to be a Giant. Everybody knows he wanted to be a Giant. He would have been,
That's why they dropped the ball. This guy, if you didn't want to take, if you had to have a quarterback at 6, Haskins was the guy. A guy that's dying to be here, that grew up a diehard Giant. There's not much of a difference between these two. Haskins has a better arm. Maybe this guy's a little more intelligent. I feel like Haskins was the guy. He wanted to be here. When a guy loves you and wants to be there for you, he's going to bust his ass for you.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, man. I love your passion. I got to let you go because I got people calling in. I got a super chat I got to get to. Man. But I just want to say thank you so much for the call. I hope we all feel better as the days go on, and hopefully Daniel Jones works out. That's all I could say at this point. Thank you so much for the call. Let me get that super chat real quick. Independent Outsider says the Daniel Jones pick was telegraphed on... By the way, thank you so much for the super chat. The Daniel Jones pick was telegraphed Let me just read this real quick, and then I'll get to you. 1 second. The Daniel Jones pick was telegraphed on Kuiper's show a couple of days prior, bungled by New York. I am now interested in your take on the Raiders pick. Okay, as far as the Raiders pick goes, Clay and Farrell, I like Farrell, but not who I would have taken there. I would have taken Josh Allen. If I was a Raiders fan, I would have been hoping for Josh Allen, and if I wasn't taking Josh Allen, I would have been hoping for Ed Oliver. But Farrell could be good. Farrell could definitely be good. And I think there's Chris Senor. What's going on?
Yeah, it's Chris Senor here, the pimp master. But yeah, what Gettleman did yesterday was a disgrace.
Yeah.
He should be fed to the rats, the subway rats.
Chris Senor wants him to be fed to the New York City Rats.
Yeah. I'm not a Giants fan, so I don't give a crap about it. I just care about Tillery. And by the way, I don't really know that much about the kid, Tillery from Notre Dame.
He's a good pickup. Tillery's a good player.
That dude can destroy offensive linemen. I mean, if you put like two people on him, he'll run right past them. I mean, he's a freak of nature. But let's say on the Giants. Yeah, I mean, Gettleman's probably I don't know. He's probably gonna go down as the worst general manager in the history of the NFL, because what he did, his little stunt in Carolina, I mean, that's stupid. And then now what he's doing with the Giants, I mean, that's stupid too, because if you had two other picks that could have been way better. But
yeah, no, I mean, last draft he had a great draft. But this year, I don't think most Giant fans are going to be happy with this draft. Some Giant fans will remain optimistic and say, things could work out, and maybe they can. But I'm not going to feel good after this draft, no matter what they do for the remainder of it.
This is just stupid. I mean, who the hell is over there freaking helping? Like, doesn't he have like advisors or something like that? People who like go out and study quarterbacks. Like, what the hell were those people doing? I mean, like, were they just sitting there just while like relaxing? Like, oh yeah, we're gonna take Daniel Jones. I mean, they had their eyes on Haskins the whole entire time. It's retarded.
Listen, man,
Stupid.
I'm at a loss for words too at this point. I'm trying to remain optimistic and hope Daniel Jones works out, but
I don't even know why I'm so mad. I'm not even a Giants fan.
Well, you're mad because you watch me and Bad Dog all the time. You see how mad we got.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I'm gonna let you go, okay?
I just as a Chargers fan, you should be happy. I think Tillery's a good pick. You guys have a really complete roster, and you could have used everything I read. You guys could have used an interior defensive player. So
yeah,
I think it was a good pick by you guys. I do. You could have went offensive line, but you could have went Drew Lock too to learn under Rivers. But I think it was a really good pick by you guys, and I think he's going to help you guys this year as you try to contend for a Super Bowl. But before I let you go, I just want to say how much I appreciate you for my channel. You know that. And
can I ask one more question or like a little comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So with the Tyreek Hill stuff, how they released the audio and everything. What are the chances of him getting cut by the Chiefs? And do you think it's like does it mean something to the Chargers and either the Broncos or the Raiders? Because Mahomes has the Madden curse now. They don't have Travis Kelce, and then if Tyreek Hill goes, and our defense, our Chargers defense is probably the most dominant defense in the AFC West and the whole entire AFC, maybe the league. Do you think we have a shot of winning that whole entire the West?
Well, I don't think you guys have the best defense, but I think you have a very good one. The Chiefs lost Hunt. I don't even know if you said that, and and there's a good chance they cut Hill. I mean, I haven't heard this audio yet, but I heard it was bad.
It was like they were talking about like beating up his son or something like that, like his broken arm, like breaking his arm or something like that, and like he was like what's it called? He was like threatening his wife.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
really
there's a good
messed up.
chance that Hill gets released, and I would say that you guys are the favorite at that point. But don't sleep on the Raiders. Yeah. Don't sleep on the Raiders.
The Raiders they've overspent. I mean, that's why general managers like Tom Telesco, you know why they don't waste money, because they're trying to fill holes in the regular season. So like if you lose a punter, like the small details, like a punter, a holder, long snapper, that can mess up your team. Like if you don't get a punt off, you're gonna get pinned in your own end zone, and they're gonna score. And like the kickers and everything, all the small details, they save up the money and they buy replacements because you can buy players and stuff like that. And they just sign people, and like they're like really conservative. And I think the Raiders just overspent. John Gruden overspent. You know, Vontaze Burfict. I mean, what the hell is Vontaze Burfict gonna do? Like freaking cheap shot Phillip Rivers every single day? I mean, this is crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate the Raiders now.
Well, I know you do. Well, you're a
Yeah.
Chargers fan. You should.
Yeah, but I'm gonna let you go now. You know, 'cause
No,
I've been
thank you for the
talking too
call,
much,
Chris.
so-
I always love when you call in. Thank you for being a great part of my channel.
Yeah, keep it up, Chris. You're the man.
All right, Chris. Have a good one. And I had another call. I just lost him. Let's get to the chat real quick before we get some. A local news got a hold of the video before the $1 billion NFL company. Well, I guess that's how it got leaked. And Kim in Mexico says, "Stop picking on my Raiders." He was just excused from. You got it, Christian. You got it. Seems like the calls. My guess is the same thing as last time. A lot of people calling in and they're busy. I don't know why, but hopefully they start to come in. Giants should hire Chris as the new GM. Sign me up. Sign me up, Nash. Hopefully we get a couple of calls that pop in here. Let me close this out. Try to put it back on 1 second. Oh, there we go. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
It's Delano calling in.
Delano. Love Delano, man. How you doing, buddy?
Could be better.
No, I know you could be better. I think pretty much every Giants, well, not every. Some Giants fans are saying it was a good pick, but I think most Giants fans could be a lot better.
Yeah, I just, because, I've been really baffled. And I've been asking a lot of people. I've asked Facebook. I've asked Twitter. I've asked Google. I've asked Alexa. Can someone please tell me what are 2 things that Daniel Jones does better than Dwayne Haskins?
I can tell you one. I can tell you one. He's more mobile. That's probably it. I don't think he's better at anything else. I think Haskins has a better arm. The accuracy, I would say Haskins right now, but I get the point that Daniel Jones, the situation he was in, but I would say Haskins is more accurate. I would say he has a better arm. Yeah, I prefer Haskins. I prefer Haskins. Now the pick for me was Allen, not Haskins, but I would have been just as excited for Haskins at 6.
The only reason I'm even mentioning Haskins is because of the quarterback need. Because if we're talking about the best player, then obviously Allen is the guy. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Right.
But if you're gonna address the quarterback need, how do you take somebody who has a 70% completion rating and say, you know what, you're not the guy? I'm going to go with the guy that has a 54% completion rating, who basically is the next Kyle Lauletta.
I hope not. But I get where you're going. I mean, I get why people are negative about the pick, because you saw what I thought. I was very negative about the pick. I think Haskins has a much higher ceiling. I think Daniel Jones could be good. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I would have went Haskins too. I mean, I don't understand. I'm with you. I don't understand the justification of the pick by anyone. For the simple reason that they could have traded back up to get him if they really wanted him that bad.
If we listen to every analyst on ESPN, and I'm not saying we should, but I'm just saying for the argument's sake of, if we listen to every analyst on ESPN, there is not one that had Haskins. That had Jones going before 17. Not one. There is no need to pick him at 6 when you have a stud like Allen available immediately. It baffles me, and it's things like that that make me wonder, how do you qualify? Who do I have to talk to in order for me to become a GM of any team?
You know what? We're better than Gettleman at this point. And Dark Demonic, I'm not defending Daniel Jones at all. I'm just trying to remain optimistic and say that it's possible we're all wrong. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know the positives they listed for Daniel Jones.
Let me hear him.
Is that he comes from an athletic family. That his sister plays well for, I think it was a lacrosse team or something like that. That's your takeaway. It's not. Well, he has the arm strength. He has great mobility. That's not even what you list. You tell me that he has a sister who's athletic, like he is. That is your justification. And then looking at Gettleman's presser made me feel even more like you have to fire him now. I wouldn't let him pick his nose. I wouldn't let him pick up my kids from school. I wouldn't call him to pick up groceries. Do not let him pick another draft pick.
I felt the same way last night. When Gettleman, after he got picked, I said to myself, I don't even want to pick at 17. And it's the same way I felt. That's why I compared it to Porzingis. It's the same. And I actually didn't hate Porzingis as much as a lot of people because I saw the upside with the pick. This pick, I don't see the upside. I don't see the upside.
Here's the reason. Yeah, I'll be honest. Here's the reason why people didn't like the Porzingis pick. He was an unknown.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
If we knew what Porzingis was, we probably would have been a lot more optimistic. Felt like we got the best player in the draft. He probably wouldn't even have been there available for us, if being honest, because he's such an unknown. We know what we're getting with Daniel Jones as far as what we've seen.
Right.
We have tape. And that's what kills me about people that sit there and say, well, you got to give him time and give him a chance. And how do we know? Because there's tape. We have tape. We see what we're getting. And unfortunately, there's nothing better that he does over Haskins in a full scale. You might have one or two things that are intangibles that are better, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, the two things I came up with a second thing. The one thing is he's more mobile, right? He's quick. The other thing is he played in a pro style offense, so he's more pro ready. That I guess those are the two things you could say. If I had to think of two things.
But yeah, I'm baffled, and honestly, I was, and the funny thing is, I was on the roof to get a signal. Just to get a signal because I had to go back in at my job.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was on that roof and I saw the video and I saw the reaction of that we got Daniel Jones, I contemplated looking over that roof and taking a dive off of it.
No, don't do that,
for 2
man.
seconds. 2 seconds.
Don't do that, man.
2 seconds.
I like you too much, Don. You can't do that. You can't do that.
I looked at it and I contemplated what was the meaning of life because I still don't understand what was the meaning of taking Daniel Jones at 6.
I know you're kidding, but don't. But anything else, Don, before I let you go?
No, man. Just had to call in and vent a little bit.
I appreciate it, man. I
you
appreciate
letting me
the
do
call.
that.
I always like when you call in, and thank you. You've been with me since damn near the beginning, so thank you for your support of my channel.
Of course.
All right, my man. Have a good
All right,
one.
take care. Have
a good one. I think this could be Cushman. Could be Cushman. Hello?
Do you hear me this time?
I hear Cushman this time.
Oh, good! Because we took Daniel Jones at 6! What is Dave Gettleman doing? Dave Gettleman now! What is he doing? Oh my god! We could have had him at 17! Oh my god! What is he doing?
Anything else you want to let out? Anything else you want to let out?
I want to let out someone. All right, we could have had him at 17. We could have had Josh Allen. Instead, we have, and then we could have Daniel Jones. We still wouldn't have an MVP. We don't get to that. Essentially, we have Dexter Lawrence instead of Josh Allen in that scenario. Second off, Drew Lock wasn't even taken in the first round. And everyone has Drew Lock higher than Daniel Jones on his board. We could have had him at 37, I think. At the very, very least, we could have traded up from 37 to 32 to the Patriots. Oh, my God. You see, we could have traded up to 32 with the Patriots. You see, we could have said, hey, Patriots over there. There's a lot of good receivers in the second round. You could maybe get N'Keal Harry in the second round. Maybe DK Metcalf. Maybe A.J. Brown. But no, it takes him at 6. You could have had Josh Allen. And if you like Daniel Jones, you're going to play on.
You got anything else you want to let out, Cushman, or is that it?
I have more to get out, but I know you have some other callers. I need to talk to you later. Heck, I want to trade the 6 picks of Rosen over drafting Daniel Jones. Heck, I want to trade the 6 picks for Nathan Peterman over drafting Daniel freaking Jones.
Okay, if you got to talk to a psychiatrist, Cushman, I will look up some numbers for you. I will get you the nearest psychiatrist wherever you live.
Today, I was so upset in school that
that a teacher sent me to the guidance office and I just didn't want to talk. I was so upset.
I know I could hear it in your voice. That's why I'm concerned for you. I will get you a number to the nearest psychiatrist from your house. I think you need somebody to talk to.
Well, good. I need one. They need to understand sports because this is ridiculous. How do you take Daniel Jones at 6?
I hear you, man. I hear you, Cushman. I'm going to hang up on you because you are starting to make me go insane. I hope you have a great day, Cushman. We'll talk soon.
I'm not going to have a great day.
I'm not even going to finish because I'm getting too passionate. I see the chat yelling, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up. And Cushman, you are out of here, you freaking lunatic. Next caller. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Hi, Chris.
Bobby from Vermont. What would a call-in show be without Bobby from Vermont? What's going on at Bottom? Thank you for tuning into the stream. Chris, I can see where he's coming. I think we all can see where he's coming from.
I think Cushman has to be committed.
I think Cushman has to be committed to the nearest insane asylum. I think he needs to be committed to the nearest insane asylum.
He does, definitely. Did my friend call in today yet?
He is not. Mark Israel's not called in yet today, Bobby.
Oh, thank God. I don't want
How's
to hear his
Seahawks?
voice anyway. Oh, I'm doing good, but that was pretty stupid for what they did today.
What did you think of that pick? I want your.
It was stupid. They had the best defensive guy there, right in their laps, and then even the defensive guy left the war room. That's what Mr. Bad Dog said.
You talking about Josh Allen?
He walked right out of there.
Talking about Josh Allen?
What?
You talking about Josh Allen?
No. The defensive coach on the Giants walked out of the war room.
Okay.
He was pissed.
Of course he's pissed.
He didn't like that. What?
You talking about James Betcher?
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah, of course he's
Yeah,
pissed.
he was not too happy.
He had a chance to take the best defensive player for his team in the draft, and they didn't.
Right, I know, and it was so stupid. I told you he sits on his brains.
Bobby, Bavit wants me to tell you that he loves you. He loves you.
Yeah, I like him too. He's a very nice guy. And guess who else is in the chat? Whitney again. Whitney was on Mr. Bad Dog's channel too. today.
Bobby's love interest. Whitney's in the chat. That's always fun. Do you when you go to bed at night? When you go to bed at night, I know you think about Mr. Softy. I know like most people count sheep. You count Mr. Softy trucks. But then the other thing that I wanted to ask you is, do you dream about Whitney on a nightly basis?
Of course I do. No, no. I wish.
I think you
wish
do.
I know
I
her.
think you
That
do.
would be
I think you do.
Oh. Well, I know she has a beautiful voice. I know that.
Oh yeah, gorgeous voice.
No, Scott Thomas. I'm sorry. That's my girl.
But
so Chris Senior did good. He did good too on this call.
Kristen was the best, Bobby. Kristen was the best.
But that Cushman, I think he has to be put in the psycho ward. He's crazy,
I think Cushman needs to be in a straitjacket. No doubt about it.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that 100%.
No doubt about it.
Hey, you know John Boza?
What?
Remember they showed John Boza yesterday? Yeah. I know him.
Oh yeah, you know
I used to live in Keene, New Hampshire. He used to go to our high school.
I think you've told me that.
His father was the foot doctor. What?
You've told me that.
Oh, I did tell you that already?
Oh, you did tell me that. You've also told me that you were originally from the Bronx. You moved to Queens. Then you went to Vermont.
Yeah.
You have a cat named Seahawk. And your cat named Pumpkin. Your cat named Pumpkin pooped in your fitted hat. You've told me all of these things.
Yeah, my fitted hat, yep.
Yeah.
He was smart, though. He was a smart cat.
Yeah, well, what made him smart? Because he pooped in your hat instead of a litter box?
Poop in the dirty cat litter.
Okay.
So did you see Mr. Softy today at all?
I have not seen Mr. Softy today yet, but I will let you know when I do.
Do they go on Long Island when your mom is?
Yes. Yes, you do get the Softy truck.
Oh, they do have it.
Yes.
I know you see him in New York a lot.
Oh,
is it raining down there today? It's pouring over here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sometimes they don't come out in the rain.
Right.
Sometimes.
But anything else, Bobby? Before I let you go, you want to talk some draft, or you want to, or you got anything else?
Well, the 17th wasn't too bad.
No, not a bad
July
pick.
17th.
Not a bad pick. Not who I would have picked, but not a bad pick.
No, but, at least we got somebody good. What, isn't he offensive lineman, though? Right?
No, he's a defensive tackle.
Defense. Yeah, he's good, though. He's good, I heard.
He's a 3-down
played
fatty.
For Clemson, right?
He's a 3-down fatty. Yeah.
Huh?
He's a 3-down fatty.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He played for Clemson. That's a good team.
He's a good player. Good player.
Yeah, Clemson's very good. All right, so I was happy that I saw Whitney twice today.
You love Whitney. But Joshua Torrey, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, any chance we can move up back into the set? I think there's a chance, but they may have to trade future picks to do it. We'll see.
Yeah, but that would be good to get offensive linemen.
Yeah, offensive lineman or a pass rusher. But Bobby, you know I love you.
True.
Yeah, you always add a lot to my
I
call
hope
show.
my friend calls and see if he picks something today or what.
We'll see. We'll see what Mark
he
does.
Should be calling in.
We'll see. He might be at
Yeah.
work. But Bobby, I just want to say thank you for the call.
What time do you get on today? I was waiting for you at 1 o'clock today.
I was on at 2. I was on at 2.
Oh, at 2. You said 1 o'clock, 12 or 1.
Well, excuse me, Bobby. I was depressed after that pick last night.
I know you were depressed. I know. I'm sorry.
You know?
I saw a little bad dog, too. He was cute today. He was jumping on the couch today.
Oh, yeah? You thought the bad dog was cute today?
Little bad dog.
Oh, little bad dog.
Son.
Okay, I thought you had a thing for bad dog.
Yeah. I was going to play him a song, but you can't play the song or it gets copyrighted.
Okay.
You know, Little Shark, Baby Shark?
Yeah, it's the Baby Shark song. Yeah, you talk about that all the time.
Well, he loves that Shark song.
Yeah.
He does. All right, so I'll talk to you soon. What are you doing tomorrow? Met game tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm going to be at work. I'm working tomorrow. Sunday I'll be off. So Sunday I'll probably be live streaming some games, calling play-by-play. May do a call-in show. We'll see.
Mets?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I haven't even looked at the schedule
Haven't done a Met game for a while.
We'll do it. Maybe I'll do a Met game. We'll see. Maybe do some basketball Met game. I don't know yet. I don't know, Bobby.
Basketball is boring. It's boring.
Yeah, I do have a lot of chat. You're right. Good call on that. Good call on that. Jose
NBA
Reyes.
is boring. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, Bobby.
Are you doing a Monday call-in show too? Monday night?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Bobby. I don't want... Oh, I hung up by accident. I apologize, Bobby. Next call, you're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, bro. How you doing today? It's Clocks.
Clocks, man. Oh, man. How you doing, buddy? I know you were upset last night.
Well,
Whoa, did Rosen just get traded to the Dolphins? Is that true?
Well, no, I don't even know. Believe it or not, I just woke up.
Yeah, I think we all just woke up.
Oh man, last night I'll tell you the Jameson had some really good sleeping effects because I really needed it. But damn.
Yeah,
damn,
Jameson's my go-to too. If I'm ever doing shots, I go Jameson.
I honestly think that I should never take off for a draft night again because I actually blamed Bad Dog. I'm sorry, I was up earlier, but I blamed Bad Dog for not having a 56 jersey and putting it on for the debacle that happened last night. I'm just I don't know what to think anymore. You know, I always want to think that what do the Giants see that no one else sees in this kid? And I keep trying to play devil's advocate, and obviously we don't know everything, and I just don't know why Rosen's stock went so low, and I don't know why they're equating this Daniel Jones with a Rosen. We could have had such a night last night. I mean, with the 6th pick to get to get Allen, and even if we had to trade a 17 for Rosen, and then to come back into the first round and get, as you said, what is considered in your mind the best cover corner in the draft. I mean, what a way to start out. And my whole thing is that I just always try to play the other side, and the alcohol helped as well because when I spoke to you yesterday, I told you, bro, that gentlemen, just show me that we're on the right path. Just I see you got a super chat coming in.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll
Let me
wait
get
for
that
you
real
to
quick.
do
Let me get that.
Yeah.
Josh Tori, thank you so much. 1, Giants trading Odell Beckham for Dexter Lawrence. 2, Raiders trading Khalil Mack for Josh Jacobs. Yeah, I mean they got more than just the 17th pick. They got Jabril Peppers, obviously, and they got the 96 pick. But yeah, that's essentially that was the big piece. Dexter Lawrence and whatever we get at 96 plus Jabril Peppers in that trade, man. But once again, Josh, you've been phenomenal. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for your continued support of the channel. But go ahead, buddy. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's fine. And by the way, I want to tell you something, and this is really a credit to you. It's so funny because when I spoke to you yesterday, I said to you, if Gettleman just shows me that we're on the right path, I don't want to curse because I know you said you have kids on the channel and all that, and to see the raw emotion that you exhibited was you did all my venting for you. I watched a couple of videos it was titled on YouTube like Giant Fans Reaction, and you and Mad Dog were on him, and it was just, I don't know who puts together stuff like that or who streams that, but it was so amazing. And I'll just ask you, from that raw emotion when that pick was announced yesterday to right now, I mean, what have you learned? I mean, is it? Am I missing something? I mean, is the rest of the world, other than maybe I saw Rex Ryan love the pick?
My thought process is honest emotion in that video, and I appreciate the compliment. And I hope I helped a lot of Giants fans, I guess, with my venting. But my thought process while I'm filming that, it's just an honest video. I said I'm going to put it up. I'm going to tell you guys how I feel. I wanted to do it 3-4 minutes before they picked him. And I was so excited. I was so excited that we were going to get Josh Allen because he was my favorite player in the draft for the Giants specifically. And I was like, Josh Allen's going to be a Giant. In my head, I'm like, let's go. Just make the pick. Let's get it over with. And I couldn't hear it because I got the volume off. So they had already announced the pick before I knew. And the first thing I saw were ESPN cut out and they showed Giants fans looking pissed off. And then I see across the screen Daniel Jones, and I just lost it. I lost it. And today I woke up and I said, you know what? I gotta move on. I'm a Giants fan, and I gotta hope something good comes from this. No matter what, I don't think that's ever gonna be a good pick. Even if Daniel Jones works out to be a great quarterback, because I think we could have still gotten him, whether it would have been he fell to 17 or we traded back up into the top 10 to still get him, and we would have had Josh Allen on our team. And I think Josh Allen's going to be an absolute superstar. But all I could do is hope as a Giants fan that it works out and we get Josh Allen. And Daniel Jones works out and the Giants become a good team because of it. I mean, what else can we do? We got to hope that Gettleman made the right choice and something good comes from it.
I heard, I don't know if this is BS or not, but how much of this, I'm sure that, okay, I see another super
Yeah,
chat.
Shamari Green, I'll be sure to look out for the 251. I'll try to get you in. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, I guess that's your first 3. I'm at work trying to sneak in a call. I will try to get your call next, buddy.
What do you think about I heard a couple of people say, and I'm sure that GM and scouts are not scouting this way, but what validity is there that they're looking for somebody that Eli would be comfortable for 2 years to mentor? And is there any validity to that at all?
A lot of people are saying that, and that's ridiculous if that's the case.
Yeah, I agree.
It's speculation, though. Who knows? People are going to say that, and I understand why people feel that could be the case, and I pray to God it's not, because you should never base the decisions of your team around a player. As much as I love Eli, hopefully they just took Daniel Jones because they think he's going to be the next Eli Manning. Hopefully that's what they did. That's all we could hope for.
Yeah. One last thing. Do we have enough juice to get back into the second round tonight?
In this draft, probably not. Early second round, but they could trade future picks. So they could go, we'll give you 95 and a future second and move up. They could do something like that. Nothing would shock me.
If that happens, if somehow, some way, last thing, if somehow we can get back into the second tonight, just in order to give us a little bit of comfort, who would you like? What's the last guy that you would on the board right now that you would like to see picked? I mean, I know you're going to say, I know it was so demeaning last night after 6. We were so high, and it was just what a letdown. But if we just had to have one guy, if we were going to trade back into the second tonight, who would you like to see have?
Cody Ford.
Okay.
Yeah, right. A good,
All right,
really
my
good
bro-
right tackle. Cody Ford. I don't think there's an elite pass rusher still on the board. You could go with a Ja'Kai Polite. Maybe he could fall. Someone like that. But for me, it's Cody Ford.
And so you're basically saying that because I want to be totally honest, and I've never seen Daniel Jones play. I'm not a big college guy like you are. So you're basically saying we have not really missed anything. There's nothing that you could say that you rewatched or whatever that made Daniel Jones go up at all, correct?
I'm going to say the nice things I've said about Daniel Jones. And I'm not a huge college guy. I watch a lot of the guys before the draft because I wanted to put out good mock drafts. But Daniel Jones, I watched some game film, I watched some highlight clips because I thought he was a possibility at 17 or 37. Daniel Jones is better than some people are giving him credit for. He's much more athletic than you would think. He definitely has mobility. His arm, I think, is a little underrated by what some people are saying. Some people are saying he has a noodle for an arm. I don't see that to be the case. I've seen throws that he's made where he's on the run, throwing against his body 50, 55 yards on a dime. I'm not saying he does that on a regular basis, but he could chuck the rock. And his stats don't look too much into him because they had a horrible offensive line, and he played in a pro offense. So it was not an offense like a Dwayne Haskins where he was throwing a lot of screen passes, checkdowns, and high percentage throws. So that's what I'm going to say about Daniel Jones. There's some positive. He could be a good quarterback. I'm not saying he will be, but he could be.
Hey, you want to know the funny thing? I actually like quarterbacks that come from schools like he does, where Haskins, and we spoke about this, well, not spoke, but we texted about this before, where Haskins, I got another. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bottom, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, so this is what I get for praying for a Duke player to New York. Just the wrong damn sport. Well, hopefully the Knicks get a Duke player too. Yeah, Bottom. Hopefully we get Zion Williamson. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for being a great part of my channel, Bottom. But go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
And this is just one last thing about getting talent, and this is why I don't like Alabama players.
You're breaking up there, buddy.
When you have the best at every position, and like Alabama does, and the same thing with Haskins, and I spoke to, I spoke to you, but we texted, whatever, about when Haskins has a guy who runs a 4.4, a 4.4, and a 4.3, he has an effing track team by his side, plus a top offensive line. I'd much rather have a guy that comes from a school like this, from Duke, that is maybe more cerebral, but has the natural talent. And when they talked about having a below-average arm, and you're throwing in a wind tunnel in Jersey, that's what bothered me.
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't have a cannon, but I think he has a better arm than people are giving him credit for.
Okay.
All
right, bro. Well, let's root for tonight and go for it, and maybe we get him and whatever. But I just. Man, last night, what a headache I have today. I'm tired.
Listen, man, I completely get that, man. I completely get that. I got to let you go, though, because some people are calling in. I got to get as many as I can.
My brother.
But thank you for the call, and I know Shamar told me 251. I'm going to give Shamar about 45 seconds, and if I see a 251, I will take him. And I saw Stealth say 973, but I'm going to take 251 first. If I see it, waiting to see if we get some calls in. Don't have any right now, but it could be that everybody's calling in. Let me X this out, put it back on. That's 803. I'm going to give you 45 seconds, Shamar. That's 803. I'm going to give you 45 seconds. I don't see any calls coming in right now. It's probably because a lot of people are calling in. I can't do anything about that, though. Can't do anything about it. I can only take what comes through. Let me X out of this. And still waiting. Jose Reyes, breaking news, Yankees trade Judge to... Nah, no way, Jose Reyes. As I'm waiting and waiting. I don't know why it's doing this. It's got to be because it's crashing because so many people are calling at once. I don't hear any calls, Stealth. I mean, you hear what I hear. I don't hear any calls. I don't hear, you know. I could download it and re-download it, but that would take forever. Yes, I am, Matthew. Yes, I am. And I can't call out on it, so. Oh, we got a call. We got a call. All right, this is Stealth, I think. I think this is Stealth. What's going on, Stealth? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I knew you had a tough day yesterday. I know you had a really tough day yesterday.
Yeah, I had a reaction video. I was gonna upload it, but listening back at now, every other word is like me saying the F word, and I just realized. I know, like, a lot of people in my school have been telling my teachers about my channel, and, you know, that's gonna suck if they see that video. So I'm like, I'm not putting it up.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I don't want to see you cursing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I have two problems with this. You didn't get Josh Allen, which is a problem. The first one is the Jags got Josh Allen, right? Yeah, we all know that. The pick right after us.
Right.
But who's their vice president?
Tom Coughlin.
Exactly. So I feel like, and I see what he said. He said some stuff, and it kind of felt like he, in a way, was like teasing us in a way about it. How he got him, how we took this piss poor quarterback over a future star, and you know, I feel like he kind of was teasing in a way to the Giants. You know, the Giants did dirty to him, and the Giants skip over him, so now it's like he has all the right in the world to like act the way he is, kind of in a way, you know what I mean? My second problem is when the Giants, I don't want the Giants to suck, but if the Giants suck and go like 5-11 next year, they already have their quarterback. The best prospect in next year's quarterback draft, well, not even quarterback in the draft, is Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa.
Right. Well, that's all you hear about. Those are the two most popular players as of now. Yeah. And that is another problem. Yeah, I completely get that. Like, why would you waste the 6th pick on a guy that we feel, and we could be wrong, is a mediocre quarterback when you could get a potential elite prospect in next year's draft?
I don't think he's mediocre. I think he's piss poor. I know I get pro style offense and all, but if you put him against Haskins, he's piss poor. His thing is everything else is not as good as what Haskins has. On Murray's side, granted, he's on a pro style offense, but still, you can't compare like the stats of his to Haskins. And yeah, you don't really should check at stats because again, pro style offense, but still, he's not 6th round worthy. He's not worthy of going top 10. He has never really had his name mentioned at all in like anybody's, you know, top best greatest quarterback. He's not even, for God's sake, he's not even listed as a top 3 quarterback, and the Giants select him as the 2nd quarterback to come off. Haskins,
right,
15th pick, he was the 6th. I don't think that's, you know, that's not how you do it.
I hear you. I mean, most people, and by the way, somebody asked what time the draft starts tonight. It starts at 7, so I'm going to close the show out at about 5. And I may even take some callers tonight because it's going to just be me. I don't want to take callers throughout the entire stream, but I may allow some callers here and there. I'll open up the phone lines. But yeah, Stealth, I mean, it was just a tough night last night. You saw my reaction. I mean, it was a tough night, man, and everything about that reaction was real. I couldn't believe it.
I saw your reaction. Again, I'm not going to upload my reaction because now we get bad. There's a lot of screaming, there's a lot of cursing, but I did break something. I'm not going to say what I broke. I'm going to show that what I broke. But
you're going to show it?
Yeah, I'm making a feature video. Maybe after the draft, I will show how, like, the aftermath of it and what I broke and stuff that happened and how I feel.
Yeah, and somebody said, well, what I take? No, I still wouldn't take Reese over. I didn't like Reese. Get him. I mean, this is a bad pick though. I can't. How about I get somebody else? we get somebody else. But yeah, I can't wait to see what you did there. Who do you want to? Not player, but what position do you want in tonight's draft?
We skipped the pass rusher. We got a defensive tackle. There's a big difference between a pass rusher and a defensive tackle. There's no standout pass rushers, maybe a few, but they're not as good as what we could have got. We got Allen, and I don't know, honestly. At this point, take a goddamn kicker. I don't really give a shit anymore. They messed up the draft.
Take a kicker, even though we got Rosa. Stealth, I'm going to let you go, buddy, because I got a few people want to call in. I only got the show on for another 20, 25 minutes, so just want to say thank you for the call.
Yep, it took an hour and a half to get this call.
No, I'm sorry, man. If I could have taken you earlier, I would have. There's just too many people calling in.
That shows progression in your channel. That shows how big you're getting to be.
I love you, man. You've been with me since the beginning. You've always supported my channel, and I can't thank you enough. Everybody in here that has, new subscribers, old subscribers, that have been here and helped me grow, it means the world to me.
Yes. Yeah. I'll call later. Maybe later tonight, if I can ever get to you. But we'll see about that.
All right, man. Thank you so much for the call, buddy. And yeah, Sean Rosas, man, big supporter of mine as well. Always shouts me out whenever I put any community notes, whatever. Love him too. And why is this doing this? Let me hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna call and make sure it's going through. Let me call and make sure it's going through. Oh yeah, it's going through. Somebody's calling. I just lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hello, you're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Chris, Benny Breeze.
Benny! Okay, hold on, Benny. Now I got your number. Because we used to talk a lot. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to save it right now. Hold on. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, you want me to answer that?
I want you to answer that. I want you to answer that, my man. I want you to answer that.
Last night I was pissed off, but after watching some film, I don't think he's as bad as people make him out to be, but not number 6.
Yeah, no, I'm the same as you. I'm the same as you. It wasn't the player. It was the where they picked him. I don't hate Daniel Jones. It was where they picked him.
I love some of his ingredients. He's got a busy mind. He can fake out defenders. He knows where his receivers is. He's very alert. He's very busy in the mind. You can see by his body. So, like I said, though, I don't think they make him out to be as bad as you hear, but not at number 6.
Yeah, and I appreciate the compliment, Query. What's going on, Alex Sports? Benny Breeze in the building is right. Love Benny Breeze. Chris, can you turn the notification sound off? I'll try to do that next call-in show, Sammy Conway. I'm not 100% sure how to do that. I don't want to mess around while I'm live, but next call-in show I'll try to do that. But yeah, that's the thing. I think a lot of people, myself included, you saw my reaction. I was upset, but we overreacted, and I'm going to give Daniel Jones a chance because he does have some nice attributes. He could be a good quarterback. Wasn't my guy. I know you were a Haskins guy too. You would tell me months leading up into the draft you were a Haskins guy. And I'm sure you wanted Josh Allen just like I did. But I don't think it's impossible that this guy turns into a good quarterback. He has a lot of nice attributes. He could run. I think people are underrating his arm strength. Pandemonium, thank you so much for the super chat. He says Chris Gettleman watches too much Game of Thrones. The things we do for love. But I think, and you watched the film. Would you agree with me? And I think that's Shamari 201. If that is, I will definitely take you next. Would you agree with me that he has arm strength? I'm not saying he's got a cannon, but he has arm strength.
Agreed. He's got enough arm strength. I've seen him throw the ball 45 yards. He's good at 20. When he has a good line, good protection, yeah, he has the arm, and I think his accuracy is better. Sometimes you're a byproduct of what's around you. Again, I'm not saying he's worthy of number 6 round, but I don't doubt that he's so bad as what you hear.
Yeah, I think he could be good. I'm not gonna. Again, Haskins. I would much rather have Haskins. Josh Allen was the guy, but we got to make do with what we got. And what did you think of Lawrence and trading up for DeAndre Baker?
Well, I'll tell you what, my prediction almost came true because we could have had Josh Allen and Haskins. And my third pick
Well,
would have been
no,
Lawrence.
Haskins didn't get the 17. We would have had to trade up.
We got enough to trade up.
No. Yeah, no, we certainly could have traded up. I'm just saying he went 15, but my belief was at 17 I wanted Andre Dillard after, of course, we had taken Daniel Jones. But you could have went Montez Sweat. But what did you think of the Lawrence pick?
I love Dexter Lawrence. He would have been my third pick. He would have been the one I would have traded up for.
Okay, so you love Dexter Lawrence, but not necessarily at 17.
No, not necessarily at 17. I had the pieces to trade up after 17. Get Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm on a 6.7. I could do a cornerback later, especially this guy he's small, and I don't know if he's strong enough to hang with the 6'4" wide receivers.
Well, that's what people worry about. And Darnell, thank you so much for the super chat. He says even God himself was upset at this pick, Chris. But you know what it is, what it is, and the best of luck to Jones. Exactly. We have to cheer this guy on at this point, and that's it, man. That's it. And thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm sorry, I just got thrown off there. Oh yeah, that's what people say about DeAndre Baker because he's 5'10". I didn't know 5'11" or 5'10". Well, either way, yeah, he's 5'11", and he's not the fastest guy. He ran like a 4.5 something 40. As opposed to Greedy Williams who ran a 4.3 something, who's taller. He's more like he's the perfect size, right, for an elite corner. 6'2", 185, runs like the wind. Yeah. That's what people see in him. But there's a lot of things I saw about DeAndre Baker that I liked, and he's a gamer. He's a tough guy. He's a guy that he's the type of player I like on my football team.
But the tape tells you that turnovers gravitate to him.
Right. Yes, exactly. He's an opportunistic player.
Before I forget, I wanted to say, so many attempts to call you today. I don't even make that many attempts for phone sex.
So Benny, you're an avid. You do that. You do that a lot. You call him for the phone sex lines a lot.
Hey, that was when I was around 12. Cut me some slack.
Benny Breeze is the man. I love Benny Breeze.
Hey, Chris, Gettleman taught us a lesson last night, though.
What was that?
Don't drink and draft.
Yeah, don't drink and draft. That's right. Don't drink and draft, and don't drink and stream a draft. I also learned that
deals under the table.
But Benny, I see Shamari calling, and I want to grab this because I've been promised I'm going to take his call.
You got it, buddy. God bless you. Continue, because blessings are going to follow you. Take care. We'll talk.
I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. All right, let me I think this is Shamari.
Oh yeah, it's me, man.
I am so sorry it took so long. I legitimately didn't see your number coming through. I guess because so many people are calling in.
All right, it's all good. Okay, I'm gonna start off by my coworker. He just told me breaking news that Rosen went to the Dolphins.
So this is official now? Because I looked this up on Twitter. Let me look again.
Yeah. All right. And what I want to say about the draft, man, it was an amazing draft. At first, I was just like you. I was shocked. I had slept on it, did my homework, did my research, and we basically got to start from the basics. You build a team to win the division. All right, that's for starters. And I think that we actually had an excellent draft. I think Gettleman hit on last year's draft pretty well. I think that, I had talked to you about the culture of what these NFL teams are doing now.
Yes.
Like with the Saints, how they load up with Ohio State Buckeyes. You can look at the Redskins, they're loading up their defense with Alabama players. And now you got to look at our team. All right, we got Wayne Gallman, who's played for, and B.J. Goodson, who played for the national championship, won the national championship with Deshaun Watson against Alabama. You got 3 Georgia Bulldogs on the roster. You also pick up Dexter Lawrence. So we got what? That's what? How many Clemson players? How many Georgia
Oh yeah.
Bulldogs?
So you're saying what you take from this draft, what you take from what the Giants are doing. They're taking players from winning programs that have winning tendencies, and you like having them on the New York Giants. I mean, I'm not gonna say.
And they all.
But what
and they all have a common denominator.
Be honest with me.
And look.
Be honest with me.
I'm totally honest.
What did you think? And I know you said you went back and looked at the tape. What do you think of the Daniel Jones pick?
At first I was kind of like, okay, why at 6? I'm pretty much like everybody else. I wasn't upset about the quarterback, not in the least. But it was like, why at 6? And then I looked at it. If you want something, get it. And you got to look at, a good coach makes a good quarterback. That's just the bottom line. And you can look at Jeff Fisher. He thought golf was trash. And then McVay goes in there, and all of a sudden golf is a Pro Bowler. And we got a head coach in Shermer who took Trevor Siemian to the NFC Championship game. Right. So, and you can't, my thing is, how could you argue with an organization when everybody was on the same page? Okay, Haskins went to the Redskins. I'm not, saying upset about it. Why? Because I still feel like we're built to win the division. Who does Haskins have to throw the ball to? He doesn't even have any receivers for real. All right? And then you got Dallas. Okay, so you got Dak Prescott, and he has Amari Cooper. But what do? We draft a DB that hasn't allowed a touchdown in 2 years.
I love DeAndre Baker.
You know what I'm saying? So really, all right, so we get a shutdown corner with Jack Rabbit. We actually have a safety that, I'm not taking anything away from Landon Collins, but he's better at covering the ball deep.
No, he's definitely. So Jabril Peppers is definitely a better coverage safety than Collins.
That's what. Yeah, exactly. And we fill in an extra special teams need, and then Corey Coleman is coming along. It's like we're the only team in the division. One, we're the highest scoring team in the division. 2, we're actually we're full on receivers. We're the only team in the division that has receivers. And not only that, the Golden Tate signing. We actually, by us having Shepard and Golden Tate, we have the best run-blocking wide receivers in the league. For Saquon. What do? We get Ziegler, who's one of the best offensive linemen.
Yeah.
In the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we built to win the division. What is the division doing? Everybody's going heavy on the run game. Okay, so you got Ezekiel Elliott and Bo Scarborough in Dallas. You got Jordan Howard for the Eagles. You got Darius Geis, and I don't even know what they're going to do with Adrian.
And that's where you're going with the Lawrence pick. We got a run stuffer, and we got
yes.
I love your optimism. And you're starting to make me feel a little bit better, I suppose. But I still don't like the Daniel Jones pick because I think they could have got him later. That's my honest opinion. I don't hate Daniel Jones. I prefer Haskins, but I get where you're going, Shamari, and I'm gonna have to close out the show in a minute. But I see Isaiah, who I love, and I got his number. Isaiah, I'm gonna call you after the show. And here's what I'm gonna do because I have to go. Because I got to eat and then get ready for this draft.
One more good thing for you before you go there.
Yeah.
All right. Every time we had a special team on our schedule, we was in the Super Bowl. Week 6, Thursday night football in Foxborough. And we have a cupcake schedule. We play New England Thursday night.
We'll see. Well, I hope, man. I hope you're right. I love your positivity. I like the Baker pick, Giants cards. I don't know if they needed to trade up for him though. That's my only gripe.
And then with our cupcake schedule, we easily win in 9 games.
I hope so. I hope we win. You're a little too positive for me. but I love you. I love you, Shamari. But you're a little too positive for me.
All right, man. Hey, call me back when you get a chance, man. All right, write that number down.
But tonight I'm gonna be taking calls. Isaiah, I'm gonna call you, Isaiah, off of live, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. because I feel bad that I couldn't get your call because I love Isaiah. I'm going to end the stream, though. Shamar, thank you so much for the call. I'm going to let you go, and then I'm going to close out the chat.
All right, no problem.
Thank you for the call. What I'm going to do, I'll be taking some calls tonight. I don't know if I want it to be a full call-in show, but I'll be taking some calls during the draft. And, Isaiah, I'm going to call you off the screen, and I'll tell you, you're going to be my first call tonight. But, guys, thank you. So I can't take any more calls because I got to get ready. I got to eat dinner. I got to get ready for the show. But, guys, I want to say thank you to everyone that has joined my channel, all my old-time subscribers, everybody that was here, everybody hit that thumbs up.